Live from the Streamline Mortgage Solutions studio, it's Orlando's own Tom and Dan.
Hello, this is your Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan program. We hope that you will find our presentation precise, joke heavy, and just right. Thanks.
Welcome to the Friday free show of A Mediocre Time.
Hey, everybody. It is another A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom.
Samantha, our producer's here. Hello, Sam.
Hell. Oh.
On the ouch couch.
Oh, in the fart corner.
In fart corner. I did not think that he was going to be here. I thought that he had a doctor's appointment.
I had two, and I had
Two?
a funny story. I didn't tell you guys as I walked in, but I'm pretty embarrassed. I don't get embarrassed. I was embarrassed.
Seth Petrozelli, fresh from the, Did you just come from the doctor?
I literally just, I came just from the doctor.
Did you come at the doctor?
Yay!
So, what-
Low sperm count.
I want to hear what you got embarrassed about.
Right off the bat. We're not even going to go into plugs first? Wow, this is interesting.
We got some big announcements.
Okay, so I went to the dermatologist because I was shaving my head last week, and I saw like a
Cancer.
I saw a
Cancer
spot on my
right
head.
on the head.
Liver spot?
Even I don't go right to
Yes.
cancer, dude.
I didn't know. I
Even
thought it was skin
I don't
cancer.
go right to cancer.
So I have videos in my phone.
Hold on.
Probably 100 videos for
Even
the past
I-
week of me videoing my head. Like,
Am
I'll
I
show you. It's
cured? Am I
ridiculous.
cured? Can we all get off my dick finally? And can everybody in the fucking audience finally admit to me? Can we say I'm partially cured? Come on.
You're better than me because I have my
Cancer,
you seem
really,
fine to
dude?
me.
You're always in the doctor.
I know,
You're
but
so healthy.
But they didn't check this. My head's always in the sun now. My new boat, I'm out in the sun. I
Wear a straw hat.
I wear hats constantly.
No.
She said that. She said, just wear hats.
You got to sell the boat now.
Like, of course I wear hats, but I just noticed it because I was shaving
What
in a
was
different
it?
mirror.
What does it look like?
Wait,
It's
were
a
you
fuck-
wearing a
it's an
hat at
age
the beach
spot.
What, do you got a
party?
Gorbachev up there?
I was wearing my
Okay.
little, what do you call those? New things now that I started wearing.
Oh, the bucket hat?
Yeah,
Bucket
I
hat.
call him a ching chong hat.
Yeah,
What-
not a
So
new thing.
you
you
can't
got
say
a,
that. You can't say that.
you got an old man liver spot on your head.
Yeah.
It's a Gorbachev. He got the
You thought-
Gorbachev.
You thought it was cancer,
Yeah.
and you
Let
went.
me see it.
I made.
Let me see your Gorbachev.
Let's see your bag
That's
then.
a Katy Perry song.
Ah.
Let me see your Gorbachev.
Did you always have
You
that
got
knot at the top of your
garbage.
head?
My head's all lumpy.
Look at that knot in the back.
Can I touch it?
Yeah, of course.
Is it this thing?
Yeah.
Dude, that's a bigger, like a wide freckle. I got those
No,
all
it's not a
over my-
wide freckle. She told me. She's
I got
like,
them all
well,
over my
as
body.
you age, you get these spots. I'm like, yeah, I know. They're called liver spots. She's like, well, yeah, you can say or age
Why
spots.
are they called liver
Age
spots?
spots.
I don't know.
Well, because it means that your body is not getting the
Functioning
toxins.
as well. Oh,
It does.
yeah.
It
Yeah,
does.
I mean,
That's
if you
a
look at his
farce.
head,
That's
his
fake.
head
Yeah.
is brown because his
Yeah.
liver's not
And-
functioning
and-
correctly. It's leaving a lot of the
Yeah.
doo-doo on his head. He's
Oh,
a shithead.
you're
He's got a
all in.
shithead. Yeah.
But I thought she was just gonna look at that. So then she said, "Let's disrobe and look at everything
Let me
to make
see
sure
your
everything
penis.
was
This is a porno now.
But the weird thing is that
Well, you gotta-
ironically, this
you gotta do the
dermatologist
penis?
is very pretty. Like,
Yeah.
she's a
All
pretty girl.
right.
Did you get a boner?
No, but I
You guys are
wore,
all getting hot doctors lately.
Yeah, I had a hot doctor too.
I wore. You know, you always have those underwear. I do.
Yeah.
That are just like blown out in the asshole area before so
Blow
much.
it out the asshole. Okay, I will tell you.
There's holes.
I'll make you feel better.
And
Why?
holes from
You
farting.
rich.
It's-
You just
I
bought
know.
a crazy
Did
expensive
you just
boat.
say you rich?
I said you're rich. Why don't you buy
and Tracy
underwear?
yells at me for this too. She's like, "Throw these away. Throw these." the
Okay,
fuck
hold on.
away."
Let me
I'm
help
like,
you.
Ah, they're comfortable.
Let me help you. Like
my
I don't
God.
have holes in my underwear, but what I do have is I get sort of holes where the elastic is, where it's detaching itself because I get to a point where I have certain underwear I really like,
Yeah.
and then but all of mine I've transitioned to black underwear now, but a lot of my underwear I love a good pair of white panties. I love a good pair of just white panties.
These are light blue, but
And
they're
mine, I have some light blue, but mine, every single pair have had so much piss and shit in them.
Come on.
that's the
That-
second part. Dude.
That
That was
in
really
my
embarrassing.
underwear, there is right where my genitals sit, there is a tan patch of wear and tear that shows you the mileage of my asshole.
Yeah.
You know, this
So there
week,
wasn't
this
no-
week I have never been more happy than to be married to my husband. You guys are fucking disgusting.
I'm not
But
saying
it wasn't- there wasn't
This
proof.
coming
Yeah, but
from the
yesterday with the
lady-
whole just lay there and take it, I can't deal with
This
you guys.
coming from the lady
Your
whose
feet are
husband.
disgusting.
Let us all remember that Shades, her husband, and we'll get to another Shades later, but Shades, her husband, had a cum door.
Yeah, when he was 13
And then when
years
people ask,
old.
what is a cum door? Oh, it's a door that I come on because that's how I do it. So, I'm just going to
Yeah.
say, let's not throw
Again,
stones
a
in living
child.
glass
He
houses.
was a child. You
So
guys are grown
we
men
are children.
that act like children.
I am a child. I have tan panties.
But the whole time, like, I'm nervous. So anytime I go to a doctor when I think I have something serious,
You wear the black
I don't-
panties. You wear good ones.
No. I just wore. I didn't think I was gonna have to disrobe, so I just wore whatever. They were comfortable. I threw
Did
them
you
on.
tell him that? You said, I didn't think I was
But-
going to disrobe. I have on my tan panties.
You know how my bladder is anyway. When I'm nervous, I drip droodle. I
Drip
Drip
droodle.
droodle.
What is
Droodle.
that? That's the name of the show. The old drip droodle.
I pee a little bit. Like I stop. I'm like nervous. I stop. I have to go to the bathroom a lot because I'm constantly peeing because I'm nervous.
Yeah.
So there's a little bit of pee stain, like wetness.
Like
and
wet.
whatever,
Oh,
too.
fresh.
Fred.
Oh,
I'm
don't
sitting in the
need
waiting room
to
peeing my
scream at
pants because
You
I'm
need
nervous.
the man
You don't need to
pads. They
scream
make
at
man
me.
pads now.
Sorry.
They do make man pads.
So-
you can put a little bit of cotton ball in
I
the
literally
dickhead.
had my hand over my penis, like I was guarding the
put your
size of
hand-
my
no.
penis the whole time.
That is not from being nervous. That
Yeah, it
is that's an old
That's
man
also
thing.
old man thing, yeah.
That's not
liver
a-
spots, pee your
It
pants.
takes me a long time to pee. You can ask these guys.
That's-
It takes
Well,
me
I
a
don't
lot
know.
longer to pee. When I go in there, it's like I can take a deep breath.
That's
I gotta
not,
let it. I gotta meditate to get the piss out.
it's not a nervous spot on your head. it's for a different reason.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, that was my morning.
So
Before that, I was at the endocrinologist getting my my checkup for that too.
what is that?
Endocrinologist
What's
for
the
my thyroid and stuff.
What's
like
wrong
that.
with your thyroid?
Remember, I had the nodule. I had it.
How was your nodule?
biopsy. It's fine. It's
So is
fine.
everything good?
Yeah, I'm just I
of
talked
course
to him
it
about my
is.
night.
What do
I
you-
talked to him
what
about
are
my
you asking him this?
testosterone.
Could you
So you're-
stop going to? If
You're
I,
enabling him. Don't even ask him if everything's good because
Okay.
of course it is. He's not you're asking
all right.
everything's good to a person who
the
actually
healthiest person in
may
here, right.
have a problem.
Right.
But
No, you're right. You're
Seth
right.
is going to the doctor. He's good going there.
Okay.
She told me that. She's like, you've been checked for everything for years now. Everything's fine. I'm like, okay. But I don't believe you.
Okay.
You know what? I'm
but-
mad at her now because like
At some point, she has
her-
to cut you off, right?
Doesn't she know this is irrational? It's not like he's
Well, she
actually
gets paid.
thinking.
She gets paid.
No, I know, but
and it's
like,
an easy visit. Like,
Well, the
But
thing
why
is, I go
even
to
say
different
it?
doctors. This was a second. This is my second endocrinologist. I have an endocrinologist. She
But you
was
don't
giving me
trust
answers.
her, so you went to the other one that you
this
don't
is my
trust.
new one. I just went and be like, look, this is what she's saying.
and they
Is she
both said
correct?
the same thing.
Uh-huh.
You should feel great.
no,
You got a second
Yeah,
opinion.
you got the. You
It's
did it
not
the way
about-
you did it the way you're supposed to do it. You did the first. You did the second. They
Well,
both
I-
said the same thing.
but I didn't get a second
boom.
opinion.
Peace of mind.
yeah. Exactly. That's what he's doing it for. Is peace of mind.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
anxiety.
But he didn't get the peace of mind, is what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying
I'm
he's-
trying to. I am relieved a little bit
You
right
should
now.
be.
Yeah, I feel good.
That's
yeah.
why I'm trying to help him by telling him, like, look, you did it the way that everybody says. You do one. They said you don't have cancer. You did two. They say we also think you do not have cancer. Well, there you go.
But he just did this 6 months ago.
I know.
And 1,000 times before that,
I
he
know.
does never gonna have cancer.
More than me,
never
though.
cancer.
More
It
than
goes-
me.
It goes in cycles.
Oh my God, that means I got cancer. What if you ramp
not
mine
a
back
tumor.
up? You're gonna ramp mine back up.
Sorry.
Anyway, I realized I should have done our plugs before.
Yeah. Well, here,
Yeah.
let me
Yeah.
That
help.
was a mistake.
Let
right?
me ease us into the plugs by saying, hey, it's time to chill out. Right?
Listen, I got a skeleton crew.
Chill out.
Skeleton crew.
Cool down. Keep it cool.
I'm Tubby Girl, not Skeleton.
Now, this part of our now whole brand is that we do some cheesy mass emails and social
No,
media
it was supposed
posts.
it was supposed to be just a mass email.
And then
It
you-
wasn't supposed to chill out.
You
with
find the fattest picture of me and you put it on my "Come Hang Out with Tom Dan" van,
Yeah.
toll road.
Yeah. What's going on with Tony? Why is Tony trolling you?
Yeah, I had that.
Yeah, he's about to go on vacation.
Yeah. Why did Tony?
One last troll before
Okay,
he hits this open seas.
Tom's going to be out at Toll Road Brewing on the
September 30th.
The 30th.
Yeah, which is a Friday.
I mean,
It's have a beer with Tom, but apparently
Next
it's have
Friday.
a beer with Fat Tom.
oh.
I'm wearing a shirt that says 2016 on it. It says the year. Why'd
It's
you make that
vintage.
The best part of that is those
I don't-
shirts are made in 2050.
Was it, I'm telling you, we are trying to do too much with too
We
little
are.
resources.
No
are.
shit.
And we are,
We are.
rocketing by. You wouldn't believe the amount of corners that we cut.
Oh, yeah.
No
Corners, we're circle. We're
Yeah,
circle.
we're circles.
We are a circle.
Straight up circles.
100%. Because that's all we could do if we want to do all this stuff.
Yeah.
Including our new our sponsorship and partnership with the Orlando Solar Bears.
Yeah! Dude, this
Yeah.
is huge. I'm so excited, man.
And-
I've always wanted to partner with the Solar Bears.
We got a Tom and Dan section 118. You can get your tickets at tomanddan.com right now. Just click through the link. It took
Come
us a
chill
while
out
to
with
get
us.
that.
Yeah, come cool down with Tom and
You know, between that and going to all these go-to shows
Yeah.
and this beer fest.
Oh, we
coming
were at
up
a
and-
wrestling school. And we were
Yeah, I
at a
saw
dojo.
that. And I was gonna give you a props for you weren't fat. I saw the top 2 abs when
He
you had
looked
your
good,
shirt.
right?
Said you weren't fat.
Yeah, you weren't fat.
I mean, you're not
No, I
skinny.
know.
You're
It's-
not in
yeah,
shape,
yeah,
but I
no,
saw
I
the
know.
top 2 almost showing through.
Yeah,
I was pretty
The
impressed.
top
You look
2
good.
I appreciate
You
that.
look good, man. You have the best top 2 that I know.
It's
You're my top 2, buddy.
So anyway, we're trying to do all these things is crazy. So a lot of times, like
A lot of it's unbelievable too. It's like 5 people, really. Like the team is 5 people. Oh, and the 5 people set up a deal with I don't know, a professional sporting deal here in town. The
Yeah.
Orlando Solar Bears. They're our hockey team here in town, and they're a legendary team, man. Shades and the gang, and I cannot wait to head on down there and see some hockey.
We're all going to go to the first game coming up in October. Is it October
23rd.
23rd.
Yep.
We're section 118.
Yep, and if you go to tomanddan.com, you click on the Solar Bears link, and then click on the pick your seats button, and then
Yeah.
that'll generate the best possible seats available.
Yeah, and you can just put in the number of tickets that you want, go through there.
Yeah,
They're $20 tickets, which I think is phenomenal.
Yep.
In a day and age when everything
that's a
is
cheap night. That's nice.
well, when everything else is overly expensive, you know that you could come to the Amway, and the best part about that $20 ticket is that the Solar Bears is a quality organization, and the hockey is legit. Like it's really, really
Oh,
good
yeah, yeah.
play. So it's a value, man. I'm really stoked about this. It's gonna be awesome.
My sons were excited when I was
I
like,
bet.
"You want to see a hockey game?" They've
bet.
never been to a hockey game before, so
May
like,
didn't
bring your
understand-
families. It's family friendly.
Well, May
obviously.
didn't get how they do the ice, and I guess that
Yeah.
would be hard for the kids to understand. Like, how do they bring that in and do it overnight? I'm like, honestly, baby,
Yeah,
I don't know what to tell you, but we'll figure it
Yeah,
out.
well,
May-
we should have somebody from the Solar Bears on.
I think
yeah.
it would be good to talk about that because, having the person, hell, we asked to talk to the guy from the greenskeeper for Orlando City for years, and they wouldn't get us anybody. I'm sure maybe we can get what are they, an ice master?
Or is it some cooling floor that they put in
But
there?
there's gotta be a guy. My
Is it
point is
over
there's
the
a dude in
basketball
sh-
court, or they pull the court out?
I think it's
right?
under.
Or do they leave
Because
it or
remember
pull it
when I
out?
was at John Mayer, the
keep it in the
Amalea,
court, it's wood.
the Amalie Oil owns the place in Tampa. It's underneath, so we were standing on top of it, and they put like a piece of plastic over it. It was freezing, absolutely freezing.
But that court, the basketball court, that's in sections. They put it together like the actual floor is just cement, right? Like
Oh no, it's like a Cold Stone. Like when you go to Cold Stone, that hard steel thing that's cold that you chop the ice cream on.
That's marble.
It's a giant marble
I would
slab.
almost believe you. I would almost believe
I
you.
mean, what else would
it
it-
is? Yeah,
right?
it's some art
Yeah.
flooring.
No
cooling
idea. We'll figure it out.
system,
Maybe
yeah.
we'll talk to the guy.
Giant ice cream.
Yeah,
man.
put that on the list, Sam. We'll try and get is it the Ice Master? That sounds good, right? Ice
So,
Master.
and also our beer
It's a
fest
Zamboni.
is
No, the
coming back.
person.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
called the Zamboni.
No, the Zamboni's the
I thought the
machine.
Zamboni
Yeah,
was
but
the
they
mach-
all yell Zamboni when he gets on.
Hey, Zamboni.
His name is not Zamboni.
His
That's
name's
the-
not Zamboni.
Mr.
The Zamboni is the machine. Who's the man in charge, like the greenskeeper of the ice?
An ice resurfacer is often referred to as a Zamboni.
Well,
Really?
there's the one that puts the actual floor together that freezes the ice. That's got to be.
Oh,
somebody,
I don't know, yeah.
You know, like Zamboni driver is just some.
Yeah, it's a maintenance man.
Yeah,
You know,
it is.
that's old
Where is
Jerry.
it?
Yeah.
It's probably a
I think
volunteer, right?
I think sometimes they let me not.
I would like to drive
spread
that thing.
misinformation.
No, yeah. Ram into the side. Hey, you
Yeah.
bow the walls out. Anyway, so speaking of doing
Now the chat room's just clowning me. They're like, it's vanilla ice.
the
Christ.
our Bad at Business Beer Fest is back. It's
Yes.
November 19th. Free beer fest, and I think we already plugged that.
Yeah.
So speaking of doing too much,
You didn't talk about our merch.
our merch is on
yeah.
there. Yeah,
We
Warning
have
track.
pre-sale.
yeah.
Pre-sale. You can get the Pabone Halloween shirt. It's an original design from his mind and his mind only. You can get it at tomanddan.com. It is a pre-order. You can also get our warning track designs. That's baseball inspired. It's the first time we've ever done a fully fitted Tom and Dan hat. So measure your head if you want to order one of those. And it's like it comes like a regular baseball hat, so you can put a bend in it if you want. You can run it flat if you want. And then if you like a curved snapback, we offer that as well, plus a T-shirt.
So,
and the featured item of the week is the T&D Racing shirt. It's $15. And because Eric's fun, he is doing one item. There's one item left of something he's trying to blow out, so he's putting it on sale for $1, but you have to find out what it is.
all right. It's all
Mystery
on the website.
dollar merch.
Somebody re-upped his medical marijuana. Having fun in there. Good job, Eric. That's awesome.
So
making fun, man, right?
Yeah.
we're doing all these go-to shows, and
You did a great job. You know what? You've
Well,
been willing to
listen,
put yourself out
How
there.
come he's doing it now? I see him doing all this
He's
stuff.
an old man with a bad back.
My back, man, I can barely walk.
well,
My back is fucked. It is so bad.
Also, something kicks
It's a
in
tumor.
when we're doing these things. Like I remember back in the radio days, I'm on a cell phone, and you're trying to create the most entertainment as possible. So it's just like, what can I do?
He wants to do it.
And-
you know, it's like a natural progression. You look at it.
Believe me, when I'm sitting on the couch at the end of the day, I have to get it out of my head up because I start thinking about it. I'm like, you should have done that. You're making
Really?
yourself an idiot.
I thought
You
it
look
was-
like a fool.
No, I thought it was fun. You're
Anyway.
just being fun.
No, I know, but
So you really do hate fun if you sit at home
No,
late
no.
at night thinking about the fun things you did and also hating them again.
I mean,
That's really not fun.
jumping off the top of the rope, hitting an old male in the head.
There are
Anyway.
tons of people that love to jump off a top rope and hit an old man in the head.
And then now there's memes. I'm up in the air like a frog.
That's a good one.
Anyway,
You're
my wife's
you're
involved. I'm like, my
frozen
sons
cooking.
are gonna
You got
look
a
when
lot
I
of-
die. They're gonna research.
you got a
this.
decent amount of hang time.
Anyway,
Adam Cole, baby.
So we did a go-to show at Seth's dojo.
We
and
did.
That will
not
come
as
out.
much fun as the wrestling school.
Well, I could have made it more fun.
I know we should have made it more. No, you know what? I forgot about
He was
this.
chopping
No, you know what?
that
I take
pizza.
that back. It's even. Chopping that pizza was the highlight of those go-to shows. Chopping that.
I don't know.
breakfast pizza?
The Flamin' Hot Slim Jim when the juice got set aside was
Okay,
pretty good.
that was pretty good.
Pretty
That was
good.
pretty good.
All these shows will be out the week of October 7th, by the way. And we'll tell you why.
My
later,
wife's birthday, October 7th.
but, so
Happy birthday, baby.
I'm texting Seth, I think it was last weekend, before, or like maybe it was a Monday or something, like, hey, we're going to your dojo. Can we still go there on Thursday, blah, blah, blah. And then he's like, yeah, we could do that. I'll meet you there, whatever. And then he sends me a picture, and he's like, I went to a karate tournament this weekend, and I won, right? And then he texts me this picture, and you can put it up there.
Oh, damn it.
Why do you look like a goddamn child?
And then the picture is...
Because I'm so happy.
You can see this.
That guy is poised. He looks
by the way,
respectable.
Yeah, if you go to.
By the way, there's only two people. There's a podium of three. First, which Seth is standing on, holding his fist up. As if he won the
greatest
Olympics,
photo
by the
you've
way.
ever taken, by the way. It when Tom sent it to me.
This is on Twitch.
Okay, I was actually having a conversation with one of Maisie's friend's parents.
What's going on with
and-
that toe?
And I got the text, and I just started laughing so hard. I could not stop laughing.
Yeah, I
And
knew
you
it was
can
gonna
see
be
this-
funny.
You can see this on Twitch, twitch.tv/Tom and Dan Live.
This is
The
real
replay,
life.
go to YouTube, search Tom and Dan Live. You can see this picture.
That
This is
poor
not a
man.
movie. This is real life. Anyway, there's a podium and a backdrop is some sort of karate tournament. It's Seth and a gi. He's standing number one on the top podium, fist up like he won the Olympics. In second place for the silver medal.
How old is that man?
Is I'm not joking. A
He's an
62-year-old man.
elderly man.
I'm not
No.
even exaggerating.
No.
He's in his 60s. I'm not joking. If he's over 40, he's in his 60s.
How old is he?
I mean,
I think he was in his somewhere 50s.
He's in his
No,
60s, dude.
look at his
He's
face.
100% he's in his 60s.
Look at that old
Look
man.
at that old man. That
He's a
is-
sweet old people.
He was really a sweet guy.
That is.
And his kids are my age talking to me afterwards.
His kids are your age. He's definitely
No,
in his
no,
60s.
no.
That's 2 years younger than Mr. Miyagi. I'm not joking. That guy is
That guy, it's an
in
old
his
man.
60s.
Look, that's an old man.
But look, he was Asian, so he has it in his blood.
And look at how fucking mad he is.
Asians-
He's mad as fuck, that old man. Look at him.
Asians look
Now,
better when
I'm
they get
gonna
older.
do-
This guy
hold
could
on a
be in his
second.
70s.
I'm going to do something for the listeners, and I'm going to do something right now, but don't at me.
All right.
But I'm just going to look at this man, and I'm just doing an impression of what I think he sounds like. It has
right.
nothing to do with his race.
All right.
But guaranteed, the look on that man's face is,
This is some bullshit.
He's gonna fall on his own sword that night.
Guaranteed.
Yeah. And that is
The
not
bullshit.
that is not being racist.
No,
that is exactly
that's just facts.
what he sounds.
That's just what he sounds like. That's that man.
and he's
Bullshit.
The Peachtree Karate Cup.
That man is mad as fuck. You cannot tell me that is the bullshit.
By the way, no one's standing third place, which tells me that
It's just you two at the tournament?
Even if there are 3 people, someone has to be third. It's not like no one made third place. There was no one third place. So it's just first
Well, there were only 2 contestants.
Seth and then an old Asian man.
What happened with the bandaged toe?
I cut it like a week up when I'm on my mats a lot and I'm doing.
Oh,
a lot
what
of
on your
sparring.
toe? Let me.
So,
I twist my
let's
foot
go
a lot and
and
it
see.
rips the bottom of my foot off a lot. And
So
Oh.
Seth,
yeah.
There you are.
what
There's-
karate tournament is this where you're fighting an elderly man?
Okay, so the deal is there's not a lot of participants that do the 35 to 45-year-old advanced divisions. It's not
Okay,
a popular division.
Yeah,
'Cause
because usually by 35 you get a real job.
Yeah, yeah.
You,
Yeah,
like,
most people have aged out of the baby hobby of karate by then, right?
Usually by 13.
Fuck off with that.
No, I'm just saying.
But-
It's like you stop
There's
playing.
a lot
Yeah.
of 18 to 35 is the most packed division there is. 18 to 35, it's packed big time.
By the time you get to
But-
9th grade, you're like, you know what? I want a blowjob eventually. Anyway, so
Oh, it was
Was
just,
this
it
at a
was
high
small,
school?
Oh man,
That was at a high school.
it was at a high school gymnasium. Oh my god,
In
where?
in
In
Atlanta.
Georgia.
In Atlanta. It
In
was
Atlanta.
You
northeast
Lilburn,
Atlanta.
Georgia.
So
Yeah.
you drove.
I drove.
Well, he's
7
known
and a-
around here. They kicked him all out, so he's got to go way into a different territory.
I
that
drove 7.5 hours.
Yeah, he's got to
Friday.
get his fix of
I
old man beat up.
Competed Saturday morning. Drove back 7.5 hours Saturday night.
Jesus
my God.
Christ.
Yeah.
in the tampon car.
No, I rented a car.
Oh,
Why? Why not drive
Because
the
I don't
Tam-
like putting miles on my
Oh,
car.
okay, I
I
understand.
rented an Explorer. I wanted to like.
Did your girlfriend go with you? Did Tracy go with you?
Tracy went with me. She was helping out coaching the kids because kids went too.
Yeah,
All
it was
my
a kids
went.
tournament. I knew that.
Well, it wasn't just a kids tournament, but my kids also competed, and I had 2 older guys compete too. I had my 75-year-old compete. He was
Yeah,
in, he was
it's
in
this
the
guy.
same. He was in, yeah, no,
You beat up your own students.
No. But they actually competed against my 2 older guys competed against each other because there was nobody in their division either, so they went against each other.
So
It was a small tournament, and I wanted to bring my kids up to a small tournament out of the state for something to do with them.
now, when you see there's not that many competitors, like at a certain point, do you tell them like, you could just do the kids, maybe do double the kids, and because now if I enter and this old man enters,
this is getting into my good story part of the
Oh,
of the
don't
segment.
don't dip.
Because I'll
into
tell
your-
you why
yeah.
I did it.
Don't go
No,
too
no,
soon.
No. That's fine. We'll talk about
But there's
it.
a reason that
And then the other thing I want to ask you about is at the beach party, because I don't think we've talked to you since.
Wait. That guy, by the way, was really good. Kumite fighting part, I understand. You can make fun of me for the Kumite part. But forms, the kata, it doesn't matter how old you are.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, maybe his knees didn't work as good as mine, but
Yeah.
maybe his
In
stances
the
weren't
real
as deep.
fighting part, yeah.
I'm not joking. You are the most ripped person I know.
But that doesn't
This
matter
is an
because if I
old
can't
Japanese man.
perform a kata as good as him, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but why wouldn't you be able to? Your limbs work better. you know?
Because it's not
They're
the-
bend better. Like if one of the moves is to bend down on your knees, and he's got old man knees or a back like mine, he ain't doing nothing.
But are you
okay.
actually
like I
grappling
can't
with
do. I
this
can't
old
even
man?
bend over. I can barely walk to Publix right now.
There was 2 categories. There was the fight part of it, and there was the form part of it.
Yeah, the important part and the old man part.
So-
I beat him in both. I got 2 golds.
Oh my god, this is
But
horrible.
what I'm saying is the kata part, it was more even because he actually had a decent kata. His form looked really good.
It should be
No,
better.
it looked
I
good.
should,
When he saw
okay,
you, did he?
hold
Was he
on.
mad? Was he like, what the
Oh,
fuck?
he's like, oh, it looks like it's just awesome.
No, you can't do it.
I'm just
You're not
joking.
doing it right.
He didn't sound like that. He was
So-
actually sounded very, very.
Well,
white.
What Tom
Did
and
he
I were
know he
talking
was
about
gonna
is like we guaranteed that he was like, "Hey man, you got me this time. Yeah, see you next tournament."
He lived in Atlanta. He was local.
So-
he had his local cheering squad for him.
Did you easily just pick him up because old men
There's no
get
picking
lighter.
up. Karate point sparring is just you have to
What, did
touch
you
him,
just
pull
kick
back.
him in his head?
I punched him. I did punch him twice, and his nose was kind of hard. The
punched an old man in the
head?
The
Yeah.
gloves
Was he
squished
like,
in.
"Oh, googly moogly"?
No, he did. He go. I heard him go oof. He goes oof.
You punched an old man in the face.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
He said,
Are
"Oof."
your students? Kids are watching you.
No, they let the kids weren't in the
Yeah.
morning. They were gonna come back and watch the adults compete, but they didn't. So
You kids don't want to see this.
So
Me
it's
going
just-
to beat up old
it
man.
was just Tracy he's sitting there like this.
Oh my God, he's beating up an old man.
So you
He does this at Cheddar's on the weekends when we're standing in line. He beat up an old man at Cheddar's.
So you bring your 22-year-old girlfriend
fucking
all the
Kenny
way to
Powers,
Georgia,
bro.
You are Kenny Powers.
and then make her watch
did
you
feel a little
beat
Kenny
up an old man.
You punch him in the nose. He's like, hold.
I'm not making this up. Seth didn't even want to talk about this today.
No.
He sent me this picture, and he was happy. He was like,
It's
look
a
at
legitimate, the most
No,
ridiculous.
he wasn't
even
It's
joking.
still-
You're
it's
Fred
still
Simmons. You're Fred
nerve-wracking.
Simmons.
You're still
Yeah.
performing in front of dozens of people. No, there was hundreds. There was a couple
Hundreds.
There
the
was a couple
parents
hundred.
of the people competing.
But whatever, it's still nerve-wracking. I like to overcome that fear of
Are
being
you
nervous.
live on your social media right now?
No, I'm on Twitch.
He's
I'm
watching
reading
the
Twitch.
Twitch chat.
Okay, all right.
He tries to see if people talk
Yeah,
shit
he
was
about
making
him.
sure
Eagle-eyed
that was
them.
nice to me,
Yeah,
'cause
he
I-
flags you guys so your
Not
fat
that
kids
fun.
can't get free karate
Exactly.
at the dojo.
Who are like? I imagine the fat Atlanta dad sitting there watching his son like compete.
Hi, Jeremy.
And
Hi, Jeremy. Kick him good, son. Come on, Jeremy.
when he sees you and the old
Lot of that
man,
stuff.
I
You get
wonder.
a lot of that.
He has to believe he's like, oh, that has to be the parents of
Who
another
the hell
student.
is that? That's Jason Statham. That's goddamn Jason Statham. Hey, Jason. Man,
whole
I
day-
loved you in Transporter 2,
I was
man.
working
Not
there
one,
all
but
day.
two.
Sorry, I was working there all day. That's my good story I'll get to. But I was working the tournament the whole day, and I wasn't expected to. I wasn't supposed to.
Yeah. Oh, my God. That's terrible.
No, yeah.
Terrible. How dare they make you work the karate tournament?
Before we go to break, and then we'll go to your stories because I want to hear this.
And we do need to take a break.
At our beach party, you had Sammy. She was our camel girl. Come
Yes.
out. You followed through.
She
I
was
appreciate
great.
that.
She was
and
kind,
really awesome camel.
great to
down.
our listeners, a
Yeah.
true sweetheart, a gamer.
Did
She's a
count
trooper.
that cash though.
Did you notice that?
I did notice. I was like, Sammy, just go in, be discreet. Go. I noticed. I was
Well,
like,
you're old
oh.
man.
because
You're
she-
old man.
Yeah, because
you're
she
old man
doesn't
like
never
us.
deals with cash.
I
Shit,
guess
I
so.
love
these
it.
young kids, they don't know that you don't count the cash in front of the dumb old man. That makes us hate
But
you.
the thing is, she started doing it. The you part of the thank you didn't get out of her mouth. She's like, thank you. As she was,
That's fine.
as she was
Yeah.
kind of
Making
like,
sure
"Ooh."
she got her
I
money.
mean,
She
we're
doesn't
not
know
gonna- look,
the faux pas of cash
Yeah.
because she's 22 or whatever. I mean, how old is she? I never asked you that. I
my
should. That probably should have
Oh,
been
my
my first question.
She was 16.
No, she's the same as. I think she's 23, 24.
Okay.
Same as
She's
Tracy.
learning her
Anyway,
multiplications
wow.
in school.
She never deals with cash. That's anyway. So and she was great, by the way, super nice.
She was
down for
fantastic,
anything.
such a gamer.
We kept apologizing. She's like, "What are you apologizing about? It's no big deal."
Yeah,
Like, I'll
she
do
was
it.
great.
So I'm
Yes.
curious to what she thought because it's a weird thing, right? Is it or am I wrong? Like this is not a
But
normal.
the thing is, to most people, I guess, yeah. But to her, she does like so much cosplay stuff. She gets hired to do
Yeah.
some really.
I was
crazy
looking at
stuff.
her Instagram.
Yeah,
I
she
think
does
this
all-
was
but
fun.
she's
She even
kinda-
she even made her own little video for her Instagram with the camel mask on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I also pre-warned her. I'm like, just so you know, there might be some dip tobacco spitted in your face. There might
God
be some.
damn.
There might be some.
whole radio
there might
show.
be some butt
You know,
smacking going
That's
on.
not our listeners.
There might be
Yeah,
some nipple
yeah.
tweaking.
We don't really have those guys.
Yeah.
All right.
So the
Something.
I'm saying a little sprinkle. Don't be in the same room.
No, the whole ride home, she actually
No,
was
I'm
just
joking.
making a damn TikTok. Literally the whole ride home, we're all talking, and all I hear is the same music playing over and over on her phone because she's making a TikTok.
So
the
that's
whole
what
time.
is that? So,
So-
all younger people do is sit and listen to those TikTok. I see them at like Panera and stuff. Like we get something,
Yeah.
you'll hear the loop going over. I'm like,
Because
oh,
they're
I know.
making one.
Yeah, you're making
Yeah.
a TikTok. They need.
I can't. Is it okay? Because I want an old man make fun of it and be
No,
like,
you should
"You're
lean
not
over and
living
be
your
like,
life."
"Oh, you're making a TikTok."
But
Hey.
if you think about it, they are like cataloging their life that they could go back and watch.
I
and
like your positivity.
No, I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
if we had that when we were like,
Oh,
It's like
dude,
your
younger-
counterparts DVD, but
Thomas
on
Mann.
your phone.
We're gonna need a big ass
Yeah.
shoulder mounted,
Dude,
you
I
know,
had
video
already
camera.
found
had so many of
my
those.
lane with radio, but can you imagine? Like, I mean, seriously, a 12-year-old Dan Dennis you give me the phone and you give me the TikTok, and I'm like remember my PXL 2000, that stupid Panasonic video camera that used cassette tapes, audio cassette tapes to video was
I
like
had
my
tons of
favorite
it.
tool ever. Like, can you imagine if I had that? Oh my God, dude, I'd be making video.
Yeah.
You'd never get me out of my
It
room.
would be awesome. 'cause I
Yeah,
was
but
doing that too.
I
when was
wouldn't
younger.
want girls. I would literally just want to make films and little videos and.
Well, that and the unlimited porno you can
Yeah,
watch.
that's true.
that
That's
that
true.
we would never leave our
Yeah.
house again. if
And
we
then
had
I'd
that.
get online and I'd bash women. then yeah. Because
Because
they don't want to date me. Because that's what the guys do. They don't go out. They don't get women.
Listen.
Then you go online and you bash them.
This makes me feel real old. Like there is weird, bizarre shit that I've done in my life. Like
what, bro?
that there's no video of at all. Like there's no
like
video.
all your
that
hate
is-
crime phase.
No. That first stunt I did at the Do Action Sports Tour or
Yeah,
whatever.
there's no record of that.
I did like a backflip off a scooter during like the
was
halftime.
actually
of
You're
the-
not
really
gonna
good.
believe this. I have video of that.
Do you? do?
Yeah, I'd have to find it. It's probably in my attic.
Are
But I
you
was,
fucking
in
kidding
your
me?
attic.
Yeah.
We have always
I was there
claimed-
with Jessica's son Jaden.
Really?
Yeah.
We have always claimed because that's really the
I
only
have
one
one photo of it of me
I'll
upside
try and
down.
see if I can find
and-
it.
It's a good ass photo too. It's the
But
one where
the-
you're fully upside down, right?
But there's no video because
But what kind of video? Like high 8 tape or something?
No, it's gonna be grainy as hell.
It'd be
Yeah.
mini DV.
well, this was pre-cell phone video.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
This is when you still carried around like a little mini DV quarter.
Crystal
you know?
recorded it for me in a mini DV
Yeah.
video camera that
And
got
this is
stolen
before I
from
bought
our house.
my
and-
gear.
yeah.
Remember, I bought gear after.
Oh yeah.
When you first started, and then I kind of would tag along and start videoing his
2005
stuff.
or whatever.
you
Anyway,
know?
but the fact that like think about it doing something weird or bizarre like that at an event and then not having any
Yeah,
record of it
so
whatsoever. Or
Some
any
of my
video.
fights I don't have because it was like early 2000s. I have like a couple VHSs, but then like I want to see these fights. I'm
You
like,
got to convert those, dude.
Yeah, well, I don't have
You
have
gotta-
them to convert.
You got to
but-
put those on some sort of digital format and throw it on a flash drive and then save one in the cloud so you never lose it.
But the thing
She
is,
just said a lot of stuff I don't know already.
well, with that though,
I get paranoid about that. I do that with Maisie stuff. Like I get paranoid I'm going to lose it, so I throw it in the cloud and put it on a flash drive and
to never look at it again. Is that
well, no, I'm afraid I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I'm,
No,
gonna
I know,
I'm afraid
I know.
Andrea's gonna be like, "Hey, do you have any baby pictures or like our first?" And I'm gonna be like, "Yeah, I do." And I'm gonna go and I'm gonna be like, not know where to get them. You know.
No, 100%.
So I have a sort of a physical, a digital physical.
We've got a bunch of videos of like old trips in the 90s and early 2000s stuff that we should convert.
You
but
should.
then, but who's gonna watch? My sons are gonna. No one. It's gonna.
No,
when I
I
die,
I
it's
look
gonna
at
be
it-
digital garbage.
But I look at it differently now. But it's your digital garbage, and if you can, if you can
Just
curate it,
polluting the internet.
Well, no, but if you keep it yourself, like Andrea's got some stuff. I've got some stuff of my great grandparents. I've got some pictures of my great grandma, like in these houses that look like they lived in the pioneer days. I don't know, man. I can't part with that. It's not garbage. You know,
No,
it's
I
just like,
understand.
I don't know
no.
what to do with it.
Well, when
I
you
do-
go, they'll even if they don't look at it now, when
Well-
they're older, they'd want to have pictures of their great grandparents.
That's where you're wrong, and that's where he's right. Maisie gives no fucks about any of this,
Really?
and will not.
You got to
no.
teach her that family's important. And
But
That
I
doesn't
don't.
even
I,
go
okay,
hard.
thank you. He knows. He knows.
Your kids are just part of you.
Yeah, I'm only keeping it
I'm not
because it's what
nostalgic.
my mom and my dad would want me to do. If you like, remember, I'm the guy that when we took like that house and everything in it, people were like, "Oh," I'm like, I don't give a fuck.
Really?
All I cared about in that house
Well,
was
you know, that's
Maggie
maybe
and my
that's
mom.
intentional.
That's it. Everything else in there can go to fucking hell. I do not care.
So did Sam? Well, I'm more talking not the wearing the camel mask and that thing, but just like we're doing an event where a
Like,
bunch
why
of people
are all these people lining up to take pictures?
Yeah,
with
yeah,
these
yeah. What
guys?
is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. What
Did
is
she
Well,
understand
I did tell her why the viral video, and I tried to find it. I couldn't find it. She's like, "Oh, it wasn't very viral, then, was it?" I was like, "No, I thought it was."
trombone titties?
Yeah,
Uh,
I did. I
Viral.
searched it. I don't know.
Well, I mean, also it was at a time when it's not going to be. You know, it is harder to find now.
And by the way, like,
The
she
original
must have been
got
like, "Who
pulled
cares?
down.
Every video's viral. Like, because you got a
Yeah.
million views. Who? Like, my last TikTok has a million views.
And you know what?
It's
Viral,
like million views. That doesn't mean anything anymore.
viral finally means what it meant with a viral infection. In that, it's like nothing. It's like
I literally put trombone titties. It's the first thing that pops up.
Yeah,
you
no,
know the
It was like,
name.
oh yeah.
it's still.
I
care,
did
but
search titties. And
People go viral all
Just
the time,
titties.
and it means nothing though. It's literally meaningless. You know, like you can put a video out and get
Yeah,
a million
yeah, yeah.
views, and it's like, how does it change your life? It doesn't.
It's weird.
Yeah.
But if you try to as a business, you would never even. It's like a random thing that happens.
Serious
that no one
question related to, well, not necessarily to Sammy, but back to you beating up old men. When do you stop?
I don't think.
knows.
That's an honest answer.
I'm
you know
too
what?
addicted-
I respect that answer.
Oh, I hope you're
I'm
one
too
day going to be
addicted.
second place old man.
Oh, what? Okay, is that when you stop?
And then a young.
So you go.
Oh man.
be serious. Be serious. So you go there.
God, I almost want to train Max to be the next Seth Petroselli.
He won't live that long.
No, of course he won't.
See how I planted that seed, though? No, I totally believe he would. But I was getting him. Because it feels good to bully me. I'm like,
all
you
that
guys
MRI
bullying me.
All that MRI radiation.
Yeah.
I know. I was worried about that. No, MRI doesn't have radiation, but the CTs and the PET scans.
Yeah,
they
and
do.
you're drinking all that the radioactive juice.
Oh yeah.
You got to drink the juice.
I'm more worried about the actual picture, the radioactive pictures. The juice goes in and out of your
So
system.
you go and old man beats you. Do you talk about it?
I'd probably throw the medal in the trash and be pissed
Would you be
off.
upset?
Yeah, I'd definitely be upset. I'd be like, what the
You
hell?
wouldn't want to lose in front of
I was
like,
upset.
your students.
I was upset my performance when I was fighting this old man. I was like, no, I felt sluggish. I felt slow. She's like, you did fine. I'm like, no, I was slow and I didn't extend my punches fully. Blah, blah,
Yeah.
Oh my god, it must
Okay.
be so fucking exhausting.
Oh, so you review on the 7-hour ride home.
Not good enough.
22 girls.
Not good enough.
Even though he fucking won.
yeah.
What an asshole.
Yeah, they're in the
talk
film
about match.
room.
Yeah, yeah. I'm sure she loves that. Like
Well, she did film it, and I was like, let me see the film of it.
Put it on the iPad.
So I watched it.
Enhance. I'm not extending. Jesus.
Oh man.
Back to the drawing board. I'll
But
train
no,
for
what
a
What were
year.
her boyfriends like before you? It must have been terrible.
What did you guys do last night? Well, I sat around and my boyfriend showed me some video footage, training footage of him beating up other grandpas, and then how he can get better at beating up grandpas.
The problem is, a 22-year-old.
That is not Tracy.
Other 22-year-old guys aren't rich because what's the likely? How do you get rich?
Less bored,
Unless
though.
you're the
So you're
Mr.
saying she's only with Seth for money?
No,
No, he's a
just
good-looking guy.
Putting that into.
By the way, I'm not paying for any. I haven't paid. What am I buying? I'm not buying her shit.
I'm just
I pay
putting
for
it-
groceries sometimes.
Hey,
she's moving back
I'm
in this
not
weekend.
buying
She's
her
paying rent.
shit.
Oh, she's moving back in this
moving
weekend.
back in
If
this
you
weekend.
offered me a free
Does she
trip
have to pay half the rent?
Yeah, she's paying rent. Yeah,
If
not,
you
half
off-
of my mortgage, no, she's not. She
If
definitely
you
can't do
offered
that.
me a free trip to watch you beat up grandpas, I would take
This
it.
is nuts.
I would take it.
But anyway, my goal. I just love competition, and
Why
of
not
course I
fight-
don't want to fight old men.
Well, why not fight people
But I want
your
to.
own age?
I do. Last tournament, I fought 2 or 3 senseis that were higher than me, that were the same age as me. They were like 39, 38,
Where are those photos?
and I beat them.
I didn't see those photos.
What do you mean? That was like.
I want to see
I
a
thought I
photo
got
of
a
you
picture of
standing
that.
next to another Seth.
Well, they don't have the 1, 2, 3 thing all the time. Usually, they just take a picture just standing.
This is
there
only
with
for
everybody.
grandpas.
Yeah, sometimes they don't have the podiums like that.
I also need.
But I did. I competed last. I want to compete against like the best senseis, like I'm doing.
Okay.
In there, that's what I want.
Is Tracy going to eventually start mimicking you and beating up grandmas?
I'm trying to convince her to compete in the end of October.
That's
There's an
fantastic.
Orlando tournament.
Oh, I now you want to talk about a kink that maybe I got? I'll watch Tracy beat up some grandmas. I'll watch that shit all day long. Hot girl. I'm not saying nothing nudity, no nudity. I'm just saying watching hot girls beat up old grandmas. I'm like, oh my god.
She'd be in her own age
I'm
category.
so stressed out. Let me watch some grandmas. Oh, that's so good.
She'd be fighting against the 18 to 35-year-olds. I think.
Let's
That's a pretty big gap,
Yeah,
right?
it's a-
Hey,
let's take a quick break.
it's my grandma you're talking about.
We'll come back. We'll do some Seth good and bad story because I want to hear the
we
rest.
can
Of this.
handle it. The name of the artist is Sunking. The name of the song is My Mind is an Oven. Let's go get our head right as we eke into this break. 1-844-TOMNDAN show at TomandDan.com for last minute emails. The name of the band is Thick. The name of the song, Happiness. Welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I am Dan.
I'm Tom. Sam's here. Seth's here. I'll be at Toll Road Brewing in Ocoee on September 30th at 7:30. If you want to come have a beer with me, or it's just a come hang out.
Good brewery.
Come hang out the
great
day before
beers.
Pumptoberfest.
Hey, will you still give people, if like let's say me and Andrea saunter up the old Toll Road, will
Yeah.
you give us our swinger meter, Swinging Peter swinger
Oh,
meter?
yes, I will. I'll also buy anybody a beer. Just ask for
what?
one. Anybody who
Buy
comes
anybody
up,
a beer.
yeah, just come by. I'll buy you a beer. And I'll tell you
Jesus
anything.
Christ, that's awesome. And tell me anything.
I'll tell you the truth.
Wait a minute, this is like those fortune teller machines in the movie Big.
Yeah.
Except this one gives you a beer and doesn't shut up.
Let's do some Seth Goodbye.
Alrighty, buddy.
Hi, me Seth. Me gonna tell you a couple stories, okay? You gonna be impressed. Me tell you 2 stories, one good, one bad. Me tell you a good one. Me promise you will laugh. Wait, why me see chat room saying good ones seem kind of bad? Huh. One story good. One story bad. One story feel happy.
I sing this in the shower.
One story me sad.
Because of the, because you got the nice,
One
you got some
story
reverb
me
in there.
Big hero. The next me douchebag. One story me good. Me really good. Me telling you this story good. One story me bad.
And I'm gonna change this next week. I'm gonna use Melissa did a video of this that you can see on YouTube. I'll send it to you. It's really funny, but I'll use it as the intro. So we'll have.
I kind of want to do a karaoke one day at my house this summer.
JustCallMo.com.
Yeah. Let me give you a little Mo. Hold on. Okay. There we go.
That was a rockin' Mo.
That is Tecmo. There we go. Okay.
All right, Seth. Where do you want to start with?
So instead of circling back to it after the bad stories, I'll just go right back to the tournament thing.
Okay.
So the reason that I wanted to compete at the very end was because I drove 7.5 hours there. I knew I was going to drive 7.5 hours.
Wait, so
back.
there was a possibility that you weren't going to compete?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. It was
Last
up
minute
it was up
decision.
in the
You
air.
look, you surveyed, you were like,
it
there's a
depend on-
bunch of grandpas. I'm getting in
It
there.
depend on my competition, then I was going to decide or not.
Okay, hey, that's okay. That's an honest answer.
Yeah, but I mean, I
Oh,
wanted
it's an
to
old
compete
grandpa?
anyway.
I'll fight.
No, I told you I wanted to fight the best. But anyway, prior to coming up, the organizer of this said, "Hey, look, we're down a bunch of refs. And I haven't reffed in like 20 years. You have to have a specific.
We need a special guest enforcer.
You have to have a specific suit, the proper colors, everything to referee official
suit?
WKF
You
matches.
have to have a bright purple Stacey
Yeah.
Adams.
It's a navy blazer, black pants, white shirt, red tie. It has to be exact colors.
Wait, a
of what-
Pee Wee Herman suit. It's a gray suit, white shirt, bright red
No, I said
tie, and a
navy.
bike, and a
Navy.
fat lady driving an 18-wheeler that turns to claymation and yells, "Tell him Lars Marg sent ya!"
Hold on, I'm trying to think of like traditional karate tournament.
Look at
judges.
watch
It's that
watch
fat guy on the video game when he goes,
Half point.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Full point.
But it's all Japanese. Yeah, you have to know every Japanese term lingo that is warning shots,
Half
points, half
point.
points.
I could totally go out there and be,
Half point.
That's not what you gotta do.
Full point.
So
I've played the video game, dude. I know
So
what the fuck I'm
I
doing.
didn't really
I know-
expect to do it. He warned me. He's like, look, we're down. If you could do it, that would be great, or maybe help out if we need it. I was like, oh yeah, sure, but I really didn't expect to. I brought the suit that I haven't worn in 15 years with me. Here. So as I got there, I'm having to coach all my kids, like 3 or 4 kids and 4 adults,
Stop eating your boogers.
all day. and
Get your finger out of your butt, Jonathan.
I did yell at a kid the other day for picking his nose. Though.
Yeah.
Why are you picking your fucking nose? You're here to represent the
But then I
dojo.
feel bad because I knew I did that when I was younger too. Because I get yelled at
Yeah.
for doing the same thing.
Well,
I was
you
like,
threw
I kind
your
of don't
shit-
want to
you
yell.
threw
at
your shit pants over the.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't tell them anything of what you
Yeah.
used to do. You might rub off on them in the wrong way.
I mean, I think I have awkward interactions with kids because like even though I have kids, other kids I have awkward interactions with. Like I don't know how to like talk to them.
Oh, me
One
neither.
kid put their mouth on where you press the door open. She goes and opened it and opened the door with her mouth.
Where did she learn that?
I go, stop! I'm like, what are you doing? She goes, oh, and she smiled. I'm like, that's not funny.
I open doors now.
like,
Kids
this
are weird, man.
I'm like, that's disgusting. I'm like,
Yeah.
don't do that.
They
And all
do
the
all
parents
kinds
are
of
looking
weird
at me
stuff.
like,
Just ignore it. That's what I do.
Anyway, when I got there, he's like, look, we are down a bunch of refs.
Go get
I'd
your Pee Wee suit.
Really appreciate it if you could help out. So, of course, I did it. I didn't want to do it, but I did it, and I did kind of expect him to like
Hero.
pitch in a little bit and throw me some cash at the end or something like that for doing it.
Uh-huh.
And that's not why I did it, but I was like, maybe for my time all day, literally from 8 in the morning to 5 at night.
Maybe
Yeah,
they
right.
let you
Well,
beat
no.
up this grandpa. Maybe maybe
So-
this grandpa
hold
was
on.
better
So
than
normally
what-
I'd have to pay to do that. It was $80 entry fee.
Oh, free grandpa beating?
They didn't let me. They didn't
Write
let
that
me pay.
down.
So I did get a free participation.
Now
That's
with
why
a
I
free
competed.
grandpa beating.
So I competed.
Have you
because-
ever wanted to beat up a grandpa? All you have to do is be a Pee Wee Herman rep and say,
Half point.
and then we'll give you your free grandpa of your choice, and you can beat the shit out of him. And he'll say,
This is some bullshit.
So when you were reffing, like you haven't done this in years.
Yeah.
Were you even doing it right?
No, I was doing it correct because it came back like that.
oh,
He-
yeah, it's like riding
one
a
of the
bike.
head,
Beating grandpa's like riding a bike, Tom. You never forget your first grandpa.
one of the head refs was like up to date, and he actually he certified people to do it. So he helped me for the first match. He had me watch.
Try
He's
to
like,
just say
he's
half
like- he's
point
like, this-
instead of
Half point.
That's kind of disrespectful.
and he kind of gave me the updates, and he's like, okay, we say that we do this now, we do this hand gesture now, it's this wording now.
It's this.
And
you
I
do
did
the
it,
okay sign. So whenever there's a full point, you do okay sign.
But anyway, it came back to me right away, and I did the whole time. So the problem with this is I had a lot of people competing. It wasn't a big tournament.
Oh, you're throwing the matches for your kids. You fucking! Oh my God! You're like half. You gave all your kids full point.
I didn't. I did the opposite.
Picking his nose. You're like full point for picking his nose. That's a new move.
The sensei of the competitor.
Collusion.
Yeah.
They usually don't. You're supposed to respectively bow out and have somebody else go in.
Yeah,
when that
respectfully
happens.
bow out.
But there wasn't enough referees to go around, so I had to stay and judge my own kids. But I did the opposite of what you think I did. I literally scored it for the other kid when I think my kid did good, and I felt really extremely bad about it.
Well, this is fucked.
Well, because listen,
this is
I'm going to tell you.
You screwed your own.
I'm going to tell you why.
God.
That's even worse.
Oh my
This is the bad
God,
story,
where's
right?
the
This is the
fucking
bad
loyalty
story.
to the dojo. You want loyalty to us? You make us fucking bow, and then you gave me the fucking half point.
Are they supposed to die for
shit.
you? Like,
Wait till I tell you
oh
about-
my God!
you told me you would die for your sensei, or you
You
chop your
said he'd
fingers.
lay at a sword, a gravy-stained sword.
I'll tell you why. What happened first? Let me chill. It was the forms.
Chill, man.
It was the form competition. The forms, right? He did his kata. His stance is perfect, way better than the other kids. His blocks perfect, way better than the other kids. His punches snappier, way snappier than the other kids.
punches.
But he went the complete wrong direction in the kata, and he had the wrong block out than the leg. So he screwed up the kata.
Yeah.
But his form and technique looked fucking perfect.
Okay.
The other kid did the kata perfect, but his form and technique looked like trash, horrible shit. So there's 5 refs. We all sitting in a corner, and there's one head judge. A flag, a red flag, a blue flag. You're supposed to hold the flag up for who you think won, right?
Well, when you get to say half point in like
That's for the fighting. We can get to that. So for the kata, he blows a whistle twice. He goes doo doo, and then everyone throws up the flag for who you think won.
Did you do the one where you're looking
I-
at
It was.
You do like
it was
blue red,
It was.
red blue.
It was 2-2. I was the determining factor, and I voted for the other kid. So if it wasn't for me, he would.
Oh, so
I
he
swear.
stood there and looked in your eyes.
I would look at the eyes. I'd be like,
But you
well,
all know-
I
you
know
put it
where
up at
I'm
the
not
same-
kicking on Monday.
you
Fuck
put
your dojo.
You put the flag up at the same time, so it just happened that I would have been the determining factor. He blows it twice. Everyone puts the flag up at the same time.
Well, you should
They
have put
count
yours
the
up real
flags.
fast.
Well, no, I should have waited a
Is he
split second and
standing
see.
there? The kid?
The kid's standing there facing
Oh,
straight
God.
at me. Not attention.
Why would you do this to me, Sensei?
But he
I
knew
have
what
trained for you.
I explained to him and his
I
mom.
cleaned up all of that pizza
Mom!
behind. I
Yeah.
cleaned up all of that gravy-based pizza behind your dojo that you asked me to, and I put it in the dumpster just like you said, sir. And you gave me no points.
He's
I
a
just kicked it
7-year-old.
under the car.
He's a 7-year-old kid. He's really good. He loves karate. He's a cool kid.
But
Well,
now
he
I
just
don't
killed
love
his
it.
passion.
Yeah, I know.
That's as old as Max.
He's like, it's all rigged.
So he went up to me and his mom did too, and like, so why did I lose that? And I'm real sad. I was like, I'm like, truthfully.
Because me no want to do this, and me in weird position, and me brain not fast.
And I didn't want to do
That's
the
real
opposite.
answer.
If I did the other way, I could have said
You
that I
were
was
just
cheating.
supposed to be fair, dude.
But that to me was fair because he screwed up his kata. The other kid didn't.
Yeah,
he looked better.
Look, but me distracted, me just looking forward to beating up
It could have
Grandpa's
went either
music.
way.
If it could have gone either way, why not go towards the
'Cause
way
I
of your
did-
student that
'cause
you
I-
have to drive the van home and sitting back there
Because I
crying?
didn't want to be the only flag for him, and everyone else throws the other. Then I look like I'm definitely
Only
voting
flags.
for him.
I've been on there. It's rough.
But then when it came to the
You'd be
spot,
surprised.
Yeah, you'd be surprised.
I made up.
They
for
have the Trump wig on.
I made up for it because in this fighting part, he had to fight the same kid.
And then I cheated for him.
I didn't cheat for him, but there was this tie, which usually never happens in sparring. It was a tie, so at the end of a tie, the new rule is they do the same flag system, who you thought won the fight.
Yeah.
I threw it for him this time, and it was half and half split, and I was the deciding factor for him to win the fighting competition. So I made up for it with the.
Okay, so you're doing like a baseball ref where they, I messed up that call in the 3rd inning.
Okay,
In the
all
6th
right. I didn't
inning,
mess
I
it
got
up.
you back.
I
I got
truly
you back.
believe-
You got that ball. I gave it to you, buddy.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
how we even it out. That's fair. That is actually how sports is played.
Yeah.
I am all about if you are a ref and you make a bad call, if you can settle it later, I'm all about that. That's the way the world works. So
And one more thing that was kind of messed up, and you guys are gonna make fun of me for this because I didn't tell you.
okay.
I won the Kumite hands. Like he didn't even score a point on me. I won
What's Kumite?
the fighting part.
Okay.
I won like 8-0.
So you're just
So,
like
or you punched
but
him
the
twice.
cot-
Did he even come close? Like, did he?
Yeah,
try
he
to-
actually did did like graze my stomach.
Like,
That's not close.
And like, did you do that move where you jump back and because I do that when my son's trying to punch me.
I did try to sweep him once. I felt bad, but I was like, I'm gonna try to sweep this guy.
Why? Why would you?
Because I want to. Because you get a full 3 points if you knock him
I
on the ground.
broomed your grandpa.
You're gonna sweep his old man legs
Yeah,
out.
Oh!
Well, you should know how to break fall. He's a black belt. You should know how to hit the ground.
Break fall.
It's called break fall.
Hip fall.
Yeah, hip fall. But
Do you get to keep your black belt even if you get too old to do the things you used to?
stuff
No,
you do,
because
yeah.
like, okay, you could make the argument if you reset right now, he could not pass the black belt test.
Oh, you mean he should lose it and start to regress like
Yes,
almost like a premiership football?
he just got his. He's only been training for like 5. He just got it like a year ago.
He's only been training for 5
He
years.
just started in.
He
Oh
started
my
when he
God.
retired
5
from
years
work.
ago. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, my God.
Hold on.
He's like, well, I am Asian.
I don't know
Time to
how.
do it.
Is this a
Time to do
sanctioned
it.
event? Because it was in a high school
Yeah, it's
gym.
sanctioned. It's NK. It's
Some
a
guy
big sanction.
just started after he retired
Yeah.
from like the post office.
Didn't you?
This old man just got his black belt from a dojo factory. Like,
Didn't you start karate when you were like 5 or 6?
Yeah.
6 or
1986.
You've been doing karate for 40 years.
Yeah.
right, which is like
40
if you're
years.
truly a
I guess
martial
so.
artist,
Our
you
old
study
man-
your entire life.
Yeah.
But I guess the old man who just started as a hobby because his
Yeah.
wife died.
Advanced as long as
my
you're
God.
black.
I'm just saying, I'm like,
I need
Yeah, he
something.
didn't. He
I
didn't.
need something to occupy my time, and
Yeah.
it keeps me limber.
It
And
was
he's
the-
on like the cover
You're
of
right.
like
He
some
didn't have
aging
any.
magazine.
He didn't have a wife there. That's
was this
my
or Walmart
God.
greeter?
And then
about
later that night, after you beat him, he went home and it's all dim lit, and he's kneeling in front of her photo, and he lays
Oh, yeah.
one magnolia
And he
in front
says,
of it.
"I
He's
failed you."
fucking crying, and then he goes into
Candles.
another room and he takes a sword over. And gone, gone forever.
He's disgraced the
And
memory
then
of
his
his life.
2 little boys you were talking to, they grab those paper doors, they just pull them shut, they let him die. They
The
let
entire
him bleed
time
out.
I'm letting you guys say
I've
this.
played enough Japanese video games to know what happens. He dishonored the family, now he killed himself.
I forgot.
He was Hispanic, by the way. I'm letting you guys say this, but he was an Hispanic guy. Just so you know, you racist bastards.
Oh, well, that changes everything.
Literally, was like,
It does.
it was this. Oh, it was more. Oh, thank you very much.
Everybody was laughing. Listening to this.
Speedy Gonzalez?
This guy's laughing next door. He didn't know
Next
either.
door.
You're not better than me. You think you're better than me?
We were all laughing.
The
he
hell
might
are
have
you
been
guys
there.
All right,
talking
but what do you
about?
want?
Fine.
So the good thing is,
Hold on,
I
is this
stepped.
a good story or
yeah,
bad
I
story?
stepped up and I refereed all day for free and helped out this guy that would have otherwise not had enough referees to do the tournament. And you'd have to stop 1 ring and just do 2 rings instead of 3 rings like they did. And I helped my student out.
I mean, that's pretty good. You know.
Look, okay, I was gonna
They didn't
say.
give you anything free lunch.
Yeah,
Like
like a Subway
Oh
6
yeah,
inch.
they had food up there, but it was like narp.
Here's a 6-inch Subway
pizza?
sub and some baked lays.
Yeah, it was like chips and like I don't know crap, Pop Tarts,
Oh, I love
muffins. It's disgusting
We've
shit.
got some Krispy Kreme donuts.
It was Atlanta food. It was like
Atlanta
it
is
was like
just-
Fried chicken?
You don't go to Atlanta to eat health food.
At least put a spread out of fast
Fruit.
food.
Just put some fruit.
I know.
Yeah, exactly.
But Tracy-
Some stacks of cold burgers.
You put a pyramid of-
Nothing such a powerful like stacks of paper wrapped cold hamburgers.
At
Oh
least
my
put a pyramid of Big Macs.
so
It
Tracy.
is
Pyramid of
impressive.
Big Mac.
It is impressive.
Tracy knew this, and she's so sweet. She went in the car, and we brought a whole bunch of food and stuff with us. And I
I
didn't know
brought
she.
you some kale chips.
No, I didn't know she packed like lettuce, tomato. She made me a full paleo bread sandwich, turkey sandwich with
She's
like
too good for
lettuce
you.
Yeah,
and
man,
tomato.
she's great.
She handed it to me. She's like, "Here, are you hungry?"
She's so sweet.
I'm like, "Fucking kid," and I started getting. I didn't even say thank you. I was like, "Fucking this sucks." So I referee. Miserable.
I would say thank you, but I'm too mad.
Yeah. No, I said thank you to her. Of course.
So
I did say, "Why aren't you competing, you fucking lazy bastard?"
What hotel did you stay in up there?
Oh,
You
I got
stayed
that.
at
I got the. Actually, I
stayed at the
I
bad
booked the
one.
cheapest hotel, but
No,
it looked.
you didn't.
But
No,
no, but
you
it
didn't.
looked okay. No, I thought I
No,
did.
I had the cheapest hotel.
You're right because I
Because
thought I
mine,
did.
I can't get the Here's an update from last week. Remember when I took my my pants off in the shower, and then when I pulled them up, it pulled the drain up,
Yeah.
and it had the hair and the gunk and all the brown water in the bottom. Well, now that liner, I cut the liner out of my chubbies because it's stained brown. I can't get the water stains out of it. Like I have clothing that was in that hotel that I can't wear again.
Oh, God.
That white shirt that I got from Old Navy or some bullshit, it's ruined.
Ugh. I thought I booked it. It was like $80 a night. I was like, oh, this is gonna be a shithole. I walked in.
$80. That is cheap.
It was fucking nice. I was like, holy shit.
Oh,
like,
man,
and she's
mine
like,
is
oh, this
like-
is nice. I'm like, it
They
shouldn't
charged
be.
our company
I have
card like
no idea. It was
$600 for
nice.
my room.
But I got it cheap because I was gonna be there one night, sleep, and then leave the next day. But I didn't think that I would compete and I had to be all sweaty and nasty. I need a shower before I drive 7 hours home. So I asked one of my students. He had a hotel room for that night. I was like, hey, can I come use your shower?
What?
And then leave from
You
there.
are
Showered in a
absurd,
teen
sir.
boys room.
So
All
I
right.
showered.
You are not poor. You could get a regular fucking
That's
hotel
what that
room
grandpa
with a
said.
shower.
After you beat that grandpa,
no.
he's like,
You may have beaten me,
Did you
but
pay?
at least I don't shower with a young boy.
This
No, he
is-
wasn't young. He was one of my.
He said that as he killed himself. Isn't that great? That'd be great. Tell me
it
that's not a
wasn't-
great ending to a movie.
It wasn't
It's-
a
the
kid.
grandpa's laying there.
The
and he's laying
mom
there.
there?
No, it was
Was
the
the
adult. It was one of
mom
my
there?
adults. It was a 27-year-old
Okay.
student that competed.
All right.
I used.
Was
his
he like,
bathroom.
why aren't you just using yours?
I told him I was like, hey, I don't have a hotel room. Can I come use your shower?
So you lied.
Is he like, yes, sensei? Because they're
Yeah.
you train them.
Yeah,
to
he-
do
I gotta
whatever.
tell you,
exactly.
if my sensei called my room and my mom answered,
wouldn't even
and
pick
my
up.
mom was like, "It's your sensei, he wants to come use your shower," I'd be
Tell him to bring his
I'd be like, "He's a
sandals.
pedophile, mom. We're switching dojos."
Yeah.
So
No, he was nice. It's Keel. He Keel's a good guy. He's competed too. He did great. He got gold medal.
Oh
as
yeah,
well.
oh, yeah. Build him up like a pedophile would.
is there a bad story? I'm
They're all
Yeah, you
bad.
forgot that was the good one.
They're all
Well,
bad.
my bad stories go back to when I was working for my grandfather.
Oh, it's all about grandfathers today. That's the theme of today's show. Welcome to Grandpa Day. on the show.
Is this what caused
Yeah.
your
Grand
hatred?
podcast.
Yeah, someone's hatred for old
No, I
video.
love I love my grandpa.
tits.
That's why I feel so bad about the things I'm about to tell you that I did it when I worked for his business.
Oh, you feel bad now? Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I felt bad. Well, not
Yeah.
at the time. I guess I didn't. But
So, and what was his business again?
It was called Petrus Construction. It was one of the
Oh,
biggest construction companies in Cape Coral, Florida. Like he owned it for 40-something years. I don't
Why do I feel like we're preparing for the greatest?
So Petroselli Construction.
Yes.
You shit in some walls, didn't you?
Down in South Florida.
All of my nail guns got shits in them.
Well, honestly, the
he
sto-
hired his grandson because he was trying
for a
to
couple
do.
summers because I'm just trying to make some extra money for the summer.
yeah.
And I've told you some, not the ones I'm telling you now, but I've told you some in the past where my uncle worked with me and I used to shit in the grapefruit and shit in the sobe bottles and shit.
That's what I'm waiting for.
Shit all over
He's
top
like,
of
I'm
the
ready.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like,
So I did all that
I've
already.
got my apron on.
There's hundreds of those stories.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get into those. So there's a couple big things that I kind of did that were really kind of fucked up. So I was on one job with my dad.
Hold on, can you pause for a second? We have listeners in today, and thank you guys for being here. We appreciate it, and we're getting through all the listeners that are signed up to get through, and I love it. I'm glad
Yeah.
to have you guys back. But
I know Tom is because
watching
he saw one of the listeners in a thong at
Yeah,
the
he
beach party.
did. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm oh,
Confused what's going on.
no, yeah.
He's
No,
uncomfortable.
yeah.
He's uncomfortable.
Nice
Yeah.
job.
Oh,
No,
sorry.
I literally am watching them as Seth is telling the story. They're like, yes, yeah. I love it.
coming, it's
I love it.
coming.
Yeah.
So my dad sometimes used to let me operate the backhoe, and if you guys don't know what a backhoe is, it's like a big front end loader with a scooper in the back that you dig giant holes with and you fill in stuff. So the stem wall was up on a house. I don't know if you know the stem wall is like the base concrete and bricks that make the foundation of the house.
Okay.
Okay.
It's about 3 feet, 4 feet high, and it outlines the whole outside of the house, the inside of the house. Okay.
You
So-
are a Petrozelli. You're winging those construction terms around.
Yeah. So
And don't you have to have some sort of training to
oh,
operate?
I'm fucking 15, 16 years old doing it, and usually I'm really good at it.
Uh,
But this one time, I was baling in a stem wall, so I'm digging dirt from outside the house, putting it inside the stem wall because you compact it, and that's the base of your house.
okay.
Okay, so as I'm doing it, putting in a bunch of stuff, my dad's in the truck smoking weed or something. I don't fucking know what, I don't know what the fuck he's doing.
It's already off to a good start.
He's in the truck just letting me do it, the work for him.
Smoking weed.
He's done this his whole life.
Hey,
and
you
he's-
dig the dirt. I'm gonna go get right.
God,
It's the only thing he could do to calm down. And not
as your
scream.
life picture gets painted, I'm starting
Yeah.
to understand more and more. Like,
Can
as
you
I-
imagine
know,
a scenario
Dude, like now,
where-
like I understand your dad working for you down the line when you were an adult and you're
Yeah.
forcing him to do this
Can you
work.
imagine a scenario where you just let Tommy, hey Tommy, talk to Dan for a little bit. I'm gonna go to the bathroom and smoke weed.
Yeah, well,
That would be awesome, right?
it's you do to others what's done to you. So that's what I'm seeing. here.
Okay.
Anyway.
So as I'm scooping this dirt and putting it in the house, there's 4 feet of brick around the whole house that these masonry people laid and stuff like that. So one time, I guess I just didn't hoist the backhoe up high enough to get it to go across. And I halfway and it just swung it right into the whole fucking wall of the house. Collapsed the whole side of the house. Like I'm talking like.
The fuck you doing? I just lit my packs.
But when my dad didn't see it, I fucking got out and when I hit it.
Oh, would you get him and just start running?
I didn't hit it too hard, so I hit it where it broke in the seams where they actually laid the concrete where you put the bricks on top of the bricks.
Yeah.
So anyway, I fucking took about 30 minutes, put it all back together by hand. I didn't seal it. I just stacked it on top of each other. Looking,
you gently
so
you treated a house like a vase.
Yeah, I guess.
Wow.
I just gently stacked the brick on top of each other so it looked like it was okay.
And
but as soon as you went up to it, if you touched it, it would just fucking collapse
and
right
that
over
was that
there.
apartment building in Miami. That was the one.
And I continued bailing it in, and I said, "All right, Dad, I'm done." And we put the backhoe on, and we just took off. I never said a fucking
That's the worst
word
thing you've ever done.
about anything.
That's the worst one.
This is probably like
That's a bad
thousands
one.
and thousands
That's
and
a bad
thousands
one.
of dollars worth.
And
of
a
like,
safety.
of
That's
fuck.
bad.
And safety.
That's bad.
I'm sure they would have seen it in the inspection. I hope.
Wow, I didn't expect this.
Inspection.
I didn't expect this.
You're a
We're in
16-year-old
Florida.
is operating the backhoe. You think there's an inspection
Oh,
going
the
on?
house inspection before they move on to the next thing. They do a house.
I think the
inspection.
chat room agrees with me. I think this is your worst one.
No.
I think this
Ooh,
is
sorry,
bad,
screen,
dude.
no,
This
sorry.
is a bad one.
Really?
Yeah, because it's like one of those
Did
ones
you
you
hear-
can't go back and like fix it
I
at
mean-
all. Like it's
Oh, they could probably go
Someone
back
got
a week
fired,
later.
right?
Do you remember the house?
No.
Like someone definitely got
Someone
fired and
capable.
blamed on like someone took the blame for this.
I want to know what happened to it. I want to know how it like did it get inspected? Didn't pass, and they.
I'm sure they had to have seen it because if. Yeah, I mean, once you start putting more brick on top of it, it's just going to collapse even more.
Or is this one of those cases where, and there are these. Now, follow me if you guys have any of these, where your dad saw you do it, and he saw you. Follow me, just follow me with
okay.
like I'm creating a scenario that may or may not have happened. Dad was in the truck. You thought he didn't see it. He saw you. Everything got stacked back. He saw you were doing it. It was really bad.
Yeah.
And he just went and fixed it and just kind of kept it close to the vest.
I
Is
don't-
it possible?
No, knowing my dad, no.
He would have brought that shit up.
It's
Fucking shit! What the fuck is going through your headset?
Because,
No.
there are dads that see you make the massive mistake, and then they just kind of hold it because it's bad,
Yeah.
and then
I mean, it was an honest mistake. It's not like I intentionally knocked the wall down.
exactly what I'm saying.
Not like the rest of my stories.
You were covering up because maybe your dad knew that he would be angry, and maybe like he
Yeah.
had a moment where he's like, "Oh man, he probably did that because he knows I'm going to be super pissed."
Yeah, no, he would have let me know for sure.
Interesting.
And yeah.
I think that's your worst one.
I mean, I have a bunch. I don't know if I should just tell them all that or like a bunch.
Go ahead. to the
Well,
next
you
one.
got one more?
Well, I got a lot more. But,
Yeah, let's
okay,
go.
one of them
Let's
is with my dad
go.
again, I guess. I was shoveling on the side and on the side of the road, moving like giant rocks or something like that, as he's using the backhoe. And where we pull, we pull the backhoe on a truck. The actual truck has a giant glass rear window. So I remember me and my dad were like, he said do something. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to be there. I was fucking pissed off. I was like 17. This is like right when I was about to graduate high school. I remember picking up the rocks and just chucking them just like for fun.
If
just,
we've learned
like, hitting-
anything other than just how gross Seth is, he also hates to work.
No,
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I
Not
mean,
my
to
own
be
type of
honest-
work. My type of work I
You
like.
hated refereeing. You're like, God, I had to work
I
all
complained
day.
about it, but
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Tom also hates. These guys hate everything.
Yeah, that's true.
Doing construction work as a teen,
It's shit. It's
you
shit.
don't want to do that.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Especially most of it's digging or just picking up rocks or trash, right?
Yeah.
So
well,
you're
yeah.
throwing rocks.
Yeah, I'm throwing rocks, and I'm getting it closer and closer to the truck that we pulled in. There's a giant big mirror, and I'm like trying to like just skim the top of it just for fun. It's like fuck this, I don't give a fuck. I'm not gonna hit it.
You're fucking off now.
I'm fucking off. I'm fucking off. Yeah. So I pick up a fucking big one. I scoop it and then sling it. And we're walking straight through the back of the truck, shattered the whole back. It's my grandfather's truck. We have like a fleet of like 6 or 7 big dump trucks.
Oh, okay.
So it went right through the back of it, shattered the whole back thing. I was like, fuck, I'm not putting that back there. I can't fucking fake this.
God.
So I told my dad, I'm like, Dad, I was just shoveling and throwing. And
I saw what the fuck you did, you fucking
But
moron.
I mean, I was obviously fucking off on purpose, getting
Yeah.
it close, but I just told him I was just kind of like throwing rocks as I was digging, not looking.
Don't be stupid, you idiot.
And he slapped you with his hat.
Yeah, and it went like 50 feet through the window.
I want that kind of relationship with Maisie,
Yeah.
and I'll never get it.
I can't even imagine slapping my son.
Can you imagine
top of the head with
you
my hat?
having like you and Max having a rapport where you're like, "Why the fuck did you do that, you fucking idiot?" You go, "Why?" And he's like, "I'm sorry, you fucking idiot." You both are like mad at each
I'm
other.
gonna feel bad, like talking to him that way. Like, I don't want to do
I don't
that.
want to fucking be here. I fucking
Oh,
hate this.
you
Yeah.
just wait till he's a teenager.
Oh,
No,
man, I
my
can't.
dad went off. He was pissed at me, but I told him it was
bet.
an accident. But then
But you lied, 'cause
he immediately
it
got
wasn't an
he
accident.
immediately
Wow.
got on the CB radio to tell my grandpa. He's like, "Yeah," and I thought he was gonna tell him like what the hell happened. He's like, "I was trying to back the backhoe on the truck, and a piece of wood got stuck and it went through
he
the thing."
took
So he
the
lied for me.
fall.
Yeah, my dad took the fall for me. And lied for me.
I
He said
hope
the same thing.
do I?
Yeah, so it was a good story for my dad. That was my good story. for
God,
my
your
dad.
dad's a saint.
I
What a
hope-
man. What a man.
I hope
What
sometime-
a mighty good man.
But then he backfisted me about 5 times on the way home.
In
All right.
the 1970s, he was doing a radio show where he does a good bad, and then he's like, "I'm gonna tell this story on my good segment." He just had because he had needed one. Because what I've realized, like you know,
my
say, could
God.
you imagine me doing this to Max? I couldn't, but Max is my son.
yeah.
Seth, that's his dad's son.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's a
Yeah,
Seth.
yeah, it's a Seth.
Your dad is you. You know, and
Yeah.
your grandpa.
So
was
you
something
are.
that
So you're right.
A
You
little
are
bit.
doing it. If we could have audio, and we probably never will, because if we heard it, our ears would. It would.
I
would
forget
be
that.
super shocking to us. But to listen to Tom talk to Tommy about their emotions and lack thereof. Would be
talking
the
to myself.
It would be the equivalent, right? It
Seth
would.
is talking
yeah.
to himself. You know, there's a half in there. Or
Like when
something.
you hear me talk to Maisie about being emotional or whatever, like it's very much like me talking to
Do
me.
you see that now with your dad? Like, or your dad tell you, like, I was like this? And,
Yeah.
like, does your dad have any
You see the
hypochondria?
similarities?
A little. I mean, I see similarities in how I act.
Yeah,
and he
where's
acts.
the other
Just,
hyper? That's a great question. We've never.
Oh, my
asked.
dad has anxiety, not hypochondria really, but
Well, real men will never
anxiety.
call it hypochondria, right?
No, but he doesn't want to go to the doctor.
Right.
No, he's not like that. But his anxiety is definitely anxiety, and I got his anxiety because everything we did as a kid, he was fucking nervous
Yeah.
and crazy and
Well,
on
hypochondria
edge.
is linked to anxiety.
Yeah,
you know,
well, yeah,
like-
yeah.
You also just hit it and pretended like just push stuffed it down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I'm,
Well, that's why he smoked weed all day, every day, is because he had to cope with
I
that
mean,
shit.
how
guess.
many alcoholics in the 70s and 80s were that because they had crazy anxiety and they just drank all the time
Some
to,
medication, sure.
to deal
Yeah.
with it, you know?
People
Like,
do it now.
No one ever talked about anxiety in the 70s and 80s, and people were like, I didn't exist back there. But it's like saying that gay people didn't exist
Right.
since the beginning of humanity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it always existed.
It's always
It's always
existed.
been
It's
there.
always there.
It's just society's interpretation of it, right?
Correct.
Like, there's so many people walking around with hypochondria and anxiety and depression and stuff that no one everybody's like, what the, don't talk about that stuff. Push it down.
Yeah.
Like, like if, don't deal with it.
Yeah, my dad was a sensitive guy too. Like, I mean, you would have never probably seen that, but he was.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, just like me.
Because when he grew up, it was looked at as a weakness,
Correct.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
His old man was yelling at him, stop being so weak.
Yeah, he had a bad thing with my grandpa and my dad did not. It was bad.
Yeah.
So
and-
he came home every day from work fucking miserable. He hated everything. But
And
then
that'll
he
shape your
went in
existence,
Went in
sure.
the bathroom, came out smelling like weed, and he was good for a few hours. And that was like life for like. fucking-
sad.
I do that.
Yeah.
That's sad. Oh my God, that's what I do here. I walk to the bathroom, I smoke a little weed. I'm like, I can deal with Tom now.
Yeah. That's how you have to live. Well, who else is living sober? Just sitting there.
Guess not.
You're
If
just
there was a
taking life.
show, if there was a
Who's
show
doing
called Living Sober, worst show on TV.
Yeah. All right. Let's take a break.
All right.
When we come back, we can do some voicemails. We'll do some dump them out, and finish off the show.
I love it. I want to say a couple of months ago, I played I think these guys are British, punk rock band called Kid Capiche, and they have a new single out called Cops and Robbers. Enjoy this. We'll be back with more on Mediocre Time momentarily.
Myself in it. If it's all you got and it's enough, you say I got a problem with it.
Yeah, that is Planes with Problem With It. Welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I am Dan.
I'm Tom.
Not that I need to say that. Why did I say that?
Let's do
So
some.
stupid.
Let's do some dump them out.
All right.
We got too many topics on the list today. It's the end of the month. show. So come on, baby, let's dump them out and play. I wanna see your topics. Ooh, I wanna also see your bottomics.
Brought to you by thedangerbrain.com. If you're looking for a branding agency for maybe your small business, you're looking to brand refresh, anything, the Danger Brain can help you. They've helped us over the past 10 plus years.
Well, they rebranded us. They've done brand refreshes for us. They've done what a refresh is too.
Our
Is
Bad Business Beer Fest has a brand new logo.
Yeah.
With
Buddy, the I guess the money hating can of beer, and this motherfucker's just throwing beer money everywhere.
Yeah.
And but they're always like they'll take, if you have an existing logo that you really like and you just want to like make it better, they'll take what you have, incorporate the ideas that you have, and just kind of make it maybe a little more succinct, a little more congruent.
I do like brand refreshes,
too.
and companies should look into that because
I get bored.
Your logo will date you. Believe me, you see it like you see a logo and you're like, that looks like
my
a
skull
fucking
logo's like that. My old Jungle Skull logo. Mike Lee wanted to rebrand that. That's why I have the Screaming Gorilla now. It was the skull. When skulls were kind of like in and hot.
Yeah. No, he's right. No, he's right.
I didn't mean to laugh at that. I didn't mean to laugh.
He's
at
right
that.
though. I mean, early 2000s.
Yeah.
And then gorillas came in and mended.
Yeah. Well, around 2005, you get to Gorilla Times.
Maybe it's time to reduce something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Hey, do it.
There's things
Talk
that
to the
can date
Danger
you.
Brains.
Anyway,
Maybe a gorilla holding a skull.
Like contemplating itself.
Yeah, like thinking
thinking
about
or
it. Like,
thinking,
should I do karate?
a gorilla with big hooters holding a skull.
Yes, wearing Hooters socks. The bunchy Hooters.
Babone, draw that.
Yeah.
All right. What do we got here?
First one.
Oh my God! You literally when you said Hooters, I just thought titties, and now I'm like.
Tom finally admitted that he cares what people think.
Yeah, he did.
This happened yesterday.
He did yesterday. Just like Kanye admitted yesterday that Sway did have the answer. He did.
Well,
he admitted it.
It was not the whole story. From having my sons, I'm watching them every day, and I see their personality traits, and I recognize the ones that are like mine, right? And I'm like, that must be some weird genetic thing.
We don't always just make dick and fart jokes. We were actually weren't we having a sort of a pseudo, like, serious discussion about Tom and him, what he thinks or what he thinks of what people think of him.
Well, it wasn't even. Anyway,
now he can't admit it on the air.
I
shouldn't have brought it up. All right, going on
you
to
get this
the
man
next.
on the, you put him on the stand and he fucking clams up.
I noticed Tommy doing, because Tommy's a lot like my personality.
Yeah,
Just like
he
the ingrained stuff. Anyway, I noticed him, he was caring too much about what people think, right?
Yeah.
And then because of these behaviors I'm watching, I'm like, what? And then I'm like, wait a minute, I think like this.
Now, let me ask you a question.
Because I was like, because I was about to scream, don't care what people think. What do you? Then I was like, I think that's what I do. And then I'm like, Sam's right.
Maybe I do care what people think of me, but only in certain instances.
But I don't care if they don't like me. And then we were talking about like that's
I
different.
do.
Yeah.
I do.
I definitely do.
Yeah, I do too. You and I have that.
Yeah.
But I care. Like if I don't want to, go out necessarily and act a certain way because I don't want people to think I'm that way. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like
you don't want people to have a preconceived notion about you.
It's something I gotta. Well,
he's got to work through it.
I gotta think this out. But
you
it's
need
something.
You need to go to therapy and talk it out. Okay, so
it
next.
wasn't the. I think it's something.
Oh yeah.
You think you're righter than you're wrong.
You're righter than you're wrong.
Hey, you can't give me an I'm right. It's you're righter.
You're righter than you're wrong.
Hey,
you know what? At this point, I'll take
I'm
it.
gonna
Right?
write that one
At this
down,
point, I'll
too.
take it. At this point, I'll take it. It's fine. It's fine.
Pulling handles.
Oh, I caught a kid pulling handles yesterday, dude. I caught a kid
like,
behind my house.
Oh, like for cars?
Yeah, like pulling car
I
handles.
don't know if that was a slang term for something.
Well,
Was it at night?
no. Okay, so my neighbors, my Canadian neighbors were out, and I was talking to them about, like, doing old man shit. We're talking about pressure washers. He was like, hey, like, you got a new pressure washer. I was like, yes, I did. And then we started having that conversation. I was like, you ever watch Obsessed Garage? I was like, well, I can't afford one of his pressure washers. He's got the German ones at $7,000. Then we were having this discussion. He's like, yeah, I know Matt Moorman. And we're talking about that. We're going back and forth, and I see this kid. And while we're having this discussion, I see this kid. He's just walking through the parking lot. Like behind my townhome, there is a parking lot.
Yeah.
And as you see this kid walking behind. And I profiled this kid 100%. I looked him up and down. Mm-hmm. And there's nothing about this kid that would lead you to believe that he was a bad kid. In fact,
What would
he
have
kind of
led
looked
you to
like
believe?
well, no, you know what? I stand corrected. He
know.
looked like
I know.
I know what Seth thinks.
Well, no, not me. Bullshit. I want to know what he thinks.
Honestly, what I thought, and what I thought normally is I look for the rich. The rich kids around here are the ones that are shitheads.
Well, it's Baldwin Park. That's all you have around here. is
Well,
rich
but they're
kids.
those. They're
Well,
the.
of course they're gonna be
they
shit.
are, and I'll profile. They
there
are
any way-
white croc wearing. They wear
Swoop-de-doo hair.
swoop-de-doo
Yeah,
hair.
I know these
white
kids.
Thank you. Somebody has to help me. They're white Crocs, swoopy-doo hair,
Tall white socks.
tall whites like a Vineyard Vines
course it's gotta
tee.
be
Carhartt.
And, yeah, and they're fucking dicks. They're assholes.
Yeah, they're little chads.
But the kids,
they're terrible.
can you like? It feels like I like the '80s when you could tell where the rich kids were in polos
can't
and
tell.
boat shoes,
No.
and then the poor kids
We're in a cardboard box or a barrel with a leather
like it was
strap
so obvious,
holding up
like
his barrel.
rich, poor, easy.
Yeah.
And I feel like all the
No.
kids just wear whatever. Like clothes are so cheap that there's no like really you can't tell.
Well, you can go to Ross Dress for less.
Yeah.
You know?
But I'm saying
Get
you
some name
from
brands.
far away. If someone's walking by in a Ross Dress for Less polo or a Izod, I can't tell.
But
them,
I looked at
whatever
him-
that or any. I can't tell if they're rich and poor.
I gave
Yeah,
him
but
the
you know deep down, that's why I don't.
I
know.
gave him the standard dad. I gave him the, do you look like a good kid? I'm like, yeah, fine. But he walked, and as he was walking, he and my neighbor, I went back and I knocked on my neighbor's door after this all transpired because we all went inside our separate ways. But then I started thinking about it, and I just wanted to get his opinion just to make sure I was correct on this. And I double checked with Andrea. So the kid walked across, and then when he got to Andrea's car, what he couldn't tell is that the way that my garage is sloped, I'm standing up just a little bit, but it's sloped enough for me to get an angle where I'm down. I'm looking down.
Oh.
And I could see the way that the sun was shining. I could see the way the shadows are going. So I could see that he was not walking through the cars. He had gotten to Andrea's car, and it turned, and his toes were facing the car. And I could hear the door being
Oh,
pulled.
going.
Yeah, I could hear it. And so I'm like, what the? And it was so brazen and so like, oh my God, is this, like, it was like, to me, I was like, there's no way this is happening. And I walked over there and I go, were you just going to open it up? Because you know me, I'm going to say some shit because I'm going to be the one that gets killed. He's like, of course I am, old man. Boom, dead. You know, like shoot me.
Yeah.
But I was like, were you just going to open it up? And he's like, no. And then he just hightailed it out of there. He just walked out of there. Like fast walked
Did
it
you
out.
like? I'm gonna tell your mother.
I didn't, honestly, I didn't know what
parents
to
don't love
say
you.
after the initial thing that I said and him leaving.
And
I
I'm like,
kinda,
well, what are you doing?
Because you're in shock. You're
motherfucker?
probably in shock. A little bit,
yeah,
right?
it was a little in like, is this, did I get that right? It was more of this feeling. Did I get that right? Did I get that right?
Yeah, yeah,
Everyone,
yeah.
did I get that right? Is this right? What's going on? Is that right? Why was he doing that? Why is he touching the car? Is this right? What's that? It was more that feeling.
Yeah.
Because nowadays, I think there is a little bit of shame that comes with like, if I had said, what are you doing? And he wasn't doing anything bad. Then I'm the dumb old man. I
You're
was
the asshole.
just really trying to protect, because Andrea's car, she doesn't lock it. If anybody listening, you want to steal stuff out
Or
of
it
her car,
doesn't lock automatically after a certain amount of
this
time.
one does.
Okay.
Her old car did not. And she left it open a bunch of times. She's lost multiple iPads, iPods.
You should have shot him.
Sounds a lot
Could've-
like another logical person I know. I live with a logical person that doesn't lock her car. This is a logical
Yeah, yeah.
person that doesn't lock his car.
Could
How
it be-
logical is not locking your
I've
car
tried
is
to-
what I would say.
I've tried to get into this truck that parks across the street multiple
Wow.
times.
Wow.
The
This guy's
Tundra.
a goddamn thief.
The Tundra. It's the same color as my truck. It doesn't, there's a difference
Really? I
between
don't think I've ever done that. before.
a Silverado and a Well, because you drive a goddamn tampon
Well,
blood car. Well, I'm gonna get confused.
Well, my truck, I haven't done that. Even when I had normal cars.
Do you still have your Raptor?
Yeah, of course.
Do you drive it?
Yeah, I towed my boat with it the other day.
No, we'll talk about that.
Will we?
Ask you about this.
Will we?
You
I didn't
still-
think you wanted to talk about it because it's so badass.
No,
Whoa!
well,
it's so badass.
He just grabbed his nuts when he said that too.
Oh,
That's
God.
old school. That's early 2000s nut grab.
yeah.
I like
He's
that.
getting skulls in the brain.
Yeah, skulls on the brain, nuts in the hand.
I will now put you in the same category as people that use that word.
Very good.
I like Sims very.
Hey, you did it again.
Yay!
Anyway, it's because
Saturday.
I walk out and I'm looking at my phone the whole time, and I look. It's the same color truck, and then I go to
Yeah,
open
but
it
it's
up.
bigger.
But
I walked up to it the other day too. Yeah.
Oh, double lady.
No, but it's every-
no, it's happening to everybody.
Because
I feel like he's very absent-minded sometimes, though. Like he's like,
That's a lie.
Oh, really? The only person to
scattered.
track shit into the studio is this guy.
multiple times. But it's just
There was a run where it was weekly. It was like every week.
Do you
It was
still have
like
that mummy wrap on the bottom of your flip flop?
No, it fell on the floor.
Yeah, he had like some sort of doo-doo
No, he
toilet
just
paper
left
stuck
it on
to
the
his feet
ground.
yesterday.
Just left it there?
And
Yeah,
he
it's
just
just right
walked.
there on the ground.
Yeah, and then it fell off, and he didn't think to pick it up. He just left it on the ground. He's like, it's shit paper. I'm not touching
I
that.
kicked it closer to Daniel.
this up.
Underneath our desk.
That's awesome.
Kick it towards the cords. Anyway, what's next?
Okay, so while I was editing commercials this morning, I get a message from our friend Tony Palmiotti of Ahoy Cruises, and it was just like a meme, but it had like a little bit of Disney history that said
Texting you Obama memes.
no,
He's
let me
like,
find
look
it.
at this.
Hold on. Here it is. It says Disney hired some little people to dress as Pinocchio and wave at people at the premiere of Pinocchio in 1940. They left them on a balcony with enough food and wine for the day, but by late afternoon, they were all naked because the costumes were too hot, drunk, and screaming swear words at people. And to which I told Tom and Dan about this. Tom thought it was complete bullshit.
Well, I just said, well,
No,
let's
that
go.
sounds all right.
So
But
I
they didn't
said-
say little people back then.
It
but-
sounds like
No,
that story that Tom and I
didn't
love
hear
about
the
all the circus animals that were put on the island at Niagara Falls, and they put them on the ark, and then they went over the falls and they all died. Like, this is one of those tall tale stories that Tom and I love, where they did things that you shouldn't do. And this one, I just said, well, let's look it up.
Well, I also didn't hear the 1940
yeah.
part.
You thought it was
Like,
the new Pinocchio that just came out
Yes.
with Tom
Tom
Hanks.
thought that this was a Tom Hanks Pinocchio, that they hired little people.
Where they
put 'em
hired
up-
a white guy to play an Italian guy. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
I heard the story, but then Daniel was reading the story. He's like, I think this is real, but
Yeah, it is real.
Still, though, thinking that this just happened, and I was like, there's no way Disney hired little people, put them up on a balcony, and let
11
them
of them.
drink all day, and then you're like, yeah, the cops went up there with a ladder and put them in a pillowcase.
Yeah, I
And
said
then I'm
that,
like,
and he goes, that's bullshit.
Yeah, I was like, that's a fake story, dude.
No, the-
Palmiotti
Fake
is,
news.
is reading some sort of like the
the-
Onion story,
Yeah,
and then he's
Onion.
getting confused. That
The
it's
real
It's true,
story
though.
is
Yeah.
that in 1940 they hired 11 little people, put them up. I almost said the word. Wow, it's coming a little too easy to me. I shouldn't fly. I'm flying too close to the sun with all these jokes about me being so close to it that I can say it. I'm just not going to do it. These little people, 11 of them up there. They gave them some wine. They started playing, like, they started gambling. The first, I
they
read a bunch
gamble?
of stories on
I
this.
read it, yeah.
I craps. They were doing
Oh,
craps.
right.
They were doing dice. They were doing like
Were
street
they actually
dice.
doing their job, though, too? Were they waving at people?
They were until they got drunk, and
Yeah.
then they had to call the police
And
because
then
they wouldn't come
They
down.
wouldn't come
fucking
down, so the
great.
police had to put ladders. And when the police came up there, they wouldn't. They were running away. So the police came up there with a bunch of pillowcases
This
and
is
would
true.
stuff them in
That
pillowcases
sounds like a fucking joke, but it's true.
and carry them down because it's
That's
a,
bullshit,
this
right?
is-
Right.
This is a fact.
Did they
and
really?
You,
do
Yes.
that?
you can check
or
this.
did they just? Someone said they
Yes.
did it because there's no way to know.
There are only
There is
three
no photo
uses.
evidence.
There are only 3 uses for pillowcases: pillows, snakes, little people.
Okay, follow
That's a
me
fact.
here.
Halloween candy.
I'm questioning
Oh, Halloween
the,
candy. 4.
like a
them all together
A
in
little
there.
person can't fit into a pillowcase.
Yeah, bullshit.
Well, they were littler then.
You
We're
get the
bigger
tall-
now.
you
We're
get the tall-
bigger.
You get the
Yeah.
the one.
Yeah,
what
they
are
didn't
they
make
called?
those those tall king size pillowcases in the 40s. Like it was a standard pillow.
Yeah. Well, maybe they.
Military GI pillow you got.
No, they
You-
put them in a. They put them in a pillowcase.
Like-
Pillowcases were used for everything.
No, I,
It just makes for a better story.
no. Well, that's what I'm about to say.
Right,
This is why my wife hates
Maybe
me,
they
by the way,
tied them.
because I take
Maybe
the
they
fun
tied
out of
them
it.
all together with a bunch of pillowcases, so they're all bunched together. You know,
Well, that's not
like a
fun.
bow. Like
Okay.
about 10 of them together, like
All right.
at the waist.
Why would
and
they do
pick,
that?
They pick them all up because it's easier to pick them all up at once.
But why would they have a bunch of pillowcases in their police trunks?
You know what I would say? Like, why would you have to get them down? Like, to me, I just.
old Walt Disney.
Well,
They
to
were
me,
like
I just-
screaming
well,
curse
well,
words
to me, I
down.
just
Smoking
feel like-
Children
screaming
coming to see
N-word at 'em.
Pinocchio.
Well, to me, I just like, fuck them, leave them up there.
Old racist Disney chain smoking, screaming, get them down there.
Well, no,
You're
you
ruining
gotta-
my goddamn
You gotta,
thing.
like, block the stairwell. All right? You're never coming down now, motherfuckers. You want to stay up there? You want to play this game? You're living up there now. Welcome to your new home.
Also, can you play craps without a craps table, or are they
Like
just
street
rolling
dice.
dice?
No, yeah,
Yeah,
it was
they're
just
just rolling
dice.
dice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, well,
But I think they called
it craps.
Well,
I
in the
don't know.
article, they said craps.
I don't know. I feel like there's no craps, no pillow case. This
This
whole
guy with all the details. Like, you sound like my daughter too.
Well, the
you were
details
doing
are
the
what-
you were doing the adult equivalent of when I look at my daughter and her bedtime's 8, and I go, "Hey, man, it's 8 o'clock, you got to get to bed, and she'll be like, it's 7:58. You're doing that.
Well, is she wrong? Like, is it
You're
actually
doing it again.
7:58? She's got a point.
Oh,
She's
my
telling
God.
you the truth.
Yeah, what's next on the list?
Oh, I thought we were going to talk about how Tom and I both watched the new Pinocchio.
Oh, you
And
watched
there was
it?
no need for anyone to
No.
remake this
I
movie.
didn't. I haven't watched it because I felt
You
that.
don't need to.
I
You
felt
don't
that
need to
way.
watch it.
Is it good though?
No.
I mean,
Cannot be good.
It looks good. You know what I mean? Like, it
Is the
looks
acting
pretty.
good?
I guess. It's just, it's a
nothing?
shitty story. It's just all weird. Nobody needed to remake it.
my sons watched it, and
There's no way to connect it to that movie.
No,
Yeah.
and they were like, we showed them the first one, which they were like terrified of the donkey
course.
when when the kids turn into
They're
donkeys.
smoking cigars.
Smoking
at the-
cigars.
yeah.
That's such a great movie.
It's
love that
That
don't
says
they-
a lot. That
the new
says
one is-
a
I
lot.
love that movie.
Do
I
they
remember
get
watching it
to,
a
do
lot.
they drink booze? Doesn't he drink?
I remember
booze?
Yeah,
that
they
scene looked
drink
so
and
fun. Like
they
I was like, I
smoke.
want to be in that.
I
area.
do remember.
And then they turn them into asses and sell them to grown men.
Now, okay, so in the new one, is he drinking booze and smoking
Yeah.
cigars?
Yeah.
Does he turn
They
into
turn
a
into a
donkey?
donkey.
They don't smoke.
Oh, no, they don't smoke.
They
And
That's
vape.
right.
They vape.
And they
Yeah,
don't.
yeah.
That would be funny if you
drink-
had a jewel.
They're dropping fucking acid.
They drink root beer.
Yeah.
So it's not. It's like
It's
root
not
beer.
quite the same. They
I-
Disneyed it up
But
real
they
good.
did smoke cigars? Or
No,
No, they didn't smoke
No.
because they don't do any kind of
So
smoking
they just
now at
drink
Disney.
root beer and play hooky.
and turn
right.
into donkeys.
Okay.
And-
They don't like gamble or do anything else fun.
They were
They're
like
playing-
playing billiards.
That's fine to do. That's
Yeah,
normal
that's
kids do
about
that.
as bad
But-
as it gets
oh,
in Disney now.
Yeah.
It's like billiards.
Well, guess
you
what?
can
It's
gamble
an
on
adult
billiards.
game.
This movie originally came out at a time they put little people on a roof and got them drunk and then put them in
Yeah, yeah,
pillowcases.
yeah.
Like
Right.
the society
Everything was fine.
different.
Everything is fine about that except the pillowcases. You can still hire people to go
Oh,
do
they
a job,
they
right?
screamed all the time.
They got naked and were
Yeah,
Yeah,
screaming.
they hit
they were
them over
having
the
an
head.
orgy up there.
The police for sure hit a couple of them over the head
Yeah.
with their
I gotta
billy
tell
club.
you, if you want publicity for your movie now, there's nothing better you could do than to put 11 nude little people on a balcony
But-
and give them wine. You know, like
So they had to change it to make it more currently PC a little bit,
Yeah.
and but the also
how is Tom Hanks? Does he do an Italian accent? Is
Yes, he
like,
does.
Ah, look
Are
at
you
this.
serious?
No,
Yes,
it
he
isn't
does.
like that.
Why is that not? Why is that right?
It's not really Italian. It's more like old man, very limited. He's not doing.
He probably talked like the guy I fought.
I thought you said fucked, and I was like, whoa, he finally admitted it.
Yeah, you fucked a dude.
So anyway, the whole story.
They changed Monstro too, where it was like
It's got-
half whale, half octopus or
Yeah,
some shit.
It's got tentacles, which
Yeah.
It was weird.
It's a whale.
They changed weird
What
things.
about Stromboli,
It
the
didn't
bad
e-
guy?
But what you know? What's weird is like I think
He was kind of scary.
Well, because
You know what?
Pinocchio gets sold to Stromboli, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then Stromboli mistreats him.
Yes, that happened.
Is he
but
still
not
na-
really.
burns cigars
mistreats
on his
him.
wood arms.
Yeah, yeah. He's not rubbing his wooden pee-pee.
Oh my
Like
God.
he was in the
nose-
40s.
yeah, the no- yeah.
You know what I'm gonna do when I get you home? I'm gonna rub your wooden pee-pee.
The nose
And
thing
ain't
was
no
such a
Geppetto
small
gonna
thing
stop
in this
it.
in the remake.
I
They
know
did
you
that.
think Geppetto is gonna
saying.
save you, but he's not. And when I get you back to my lair, I'm gonna rub your wooden pee-pee.
I'm gonna get splinters on my ass.
That's a new character I'm doing.
The funny part about
Called Wooden Boy
adding
Pedophile.
tentacles to the whale is I thought about I was like, why did they do that? And I'm like, I bet you they did that because they didn't want to make whales look aggressive and give that perception to kids.
So they
these
make the
days.
smartest animal in the water look bad, the octopus.
No,
You're
no,
gonna
no.
piss off
It's a
the people
whale.
that
It was
love
a whale.
octopuses.
It's a whale with octopus tentacles, so it's
my
like a
God.
mythical.
It was
It's a
weird.
hybrid. It's a hybrid.
No, but I'm saying like they had to make it a mythical creature because if they made it a real whale,
Really?
then
Are they really
I think-
overthinking it
I
that
bet
much?
you
Just
that-
make it a
That's
goddamn
intense.
whale.
That's intense.
I bet you that's why.
Because they
that's
were
the only.
afraid that people would hate whales
No,
after.
because they had a giant. They had the fish in Nemo go inside of a whale.
I bet you. Why else would they do it? Why? I bet you that's
So
the
you're
reason
saying
why.
there can be no remake of Captain Ahab and Moby Dick?
There's certain things
Well,
that they're
only
not
if you
remaking,
make
like
it a
Song of the
octo
South.
whale.
They're
That's
not.
what I'm saying.
They're not remaking Song of the South or.
They
like,
will. They're going to remake it with white people. And it's going to be Song of Unseasoned Food.
But like that was the only reason I could think of. They'd add tentacles because why not just make it?
maybe they were just trying to. Maybe it was just some guy trying to stamp his own. As people, they go, I got to put my own name on this, so I'm going to make it a squid whale.
Well, it goes. I mean, there's a lot of people deciding.
I thought they were
this.
trying to make it more scary, making it a squid whale.
A giant monster whale that's attacking you and eating you.
That's
is scary enough
because this could be real.
And it's more accurate towards
Does
the
he
original
turn
story.
into a real boy at the end?
they allude to it. He kind of his calves turned from wood.
And now I have fleshy calves. The rest of me is wood, but my flesh calves.
I didn't even notice. Like it's
Does
not
he
like
turn into a weird person? Can he get cancer at the end?
His calves got cancer.
That's what I was
calf
hoping
cancer.
Yeah. It's just sad. And also, like, my sons were saddened by the fact that this old man lost his real son.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
dies. Doesn't he die in the original?
Yeah, he was dead in this one too, but they don't tell you why. They just show like a picture of him. You know, they don't really tell you the
Wait,
behind.
he dies in this?
He was already dead.
Yeah, that's why he made Pinocchio.
Yeah.
Oh, he was dead the whole
Yeah.
time.
Wait, I didn't know that. Really?
Yeah, of course. That's the original story. The old man carves a wooden boy because he lost his real boy to syphilis or
No,
whatever.
you guys, no, hold on a
To
second.
syphilis.
You guys didn't understand what I meant.
Since the
No,
40s.
in the original, there's one version where Geppetto dies.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Okay, no.
Yeah, if you do the research on the story, like there's a version where Geppetto died. I was just wondering if he dies in this one.
I'm just the only thing I know is the original Pinocchio, the movie from Disney.
Does he do the lie and his nose grows?
Yeah.
But it's a very small scene.
It's all the same shit except for they made it like more appropriate for 2022, I think. But again, story, like Sam said, story
sucks.
didn't need to be
No, it
told.
didn't. Yeah.
It's not even that good of a story.
It wasn't. It never was.
My sons are like, weird. Like they were more.
We hate wooden boys.
They were just like, this is more weird than this.
It
Like,
was weird.
It's
Party scene was just
Some
cool.
stories don't need to be told.
especially
you know?
ones thought of in the
We
1930s
don't need your story,
or
old man.
or 20s.
I have
or
a great story about me and my wooden boy. Fuck your story, old man. Nobody needs it. Nobody needs it. Just go fuck your wooden boy, you weirdo.
What's the next?
Okay. Do we want to do the lighter bottle open challenge
All right,
now?
we can end on that.
Okay.
Unless that's more, that might be more ACT content. Don't save all of our A material for the end of the show.
Well, we had the cat food sandwich last week. I don't know.
Well, before we do this, I want to ask Seth about his boat.
Yeah.
I
let's
thought
get
you were going to
into
ask him about his best friend that's coming to town.
Who's my best friend that's coming to town?
Oh yeah.
The never-ending story.
Wait, did he say something that I don't know about?
No,
He's coming to town.
He's gonna be at a con in
what is
town.
Oh,
Spooky
What was
con.
it? Spooktacular?
Yeah, he's gonna be in Spooky con.
Spookala?
Oh, you hitting him up?
well, he
gonna
wrote,
text
he
him?
wrote me like a week ago.
Oh, what'd he say?
He said, "Hey man, I need a fix."
No, he just
Hey, can I stay at your
Oh,
house?
shit.
Can I stay at your house?
Oh shit, man, my hands are shaking like fucking crazy.
Spookala's
I get
Florida's
ba-
horror convention in December. He's coming.
No.
He didn't hit you up about it?
No, he just wrote me about something in my boat. Hope all's well with
Let
you.
me suck your dick, bro.
Oh, gearing up to be in pre-production is. Oh no, he didn't say anything about coming down. He's just talking about something he's doing.
Oh, he's telling you about this next indie.
Hey,
flick.
I got a new mixtape coming out. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love my mixtape.
He commented on my picture of me shirtless, muscle.
Yeah.
Like, let me suck your tits.
All right.
Let me suck. Oh, just one titty. Let me
I'd
just
go-
lick it. Let me just lick
I'd go gay for Noah.
I know.
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
why
we know that.
That's why we're laughing.
Yeah, we're laughing. And so is
Because
that
we know
old
him.
man you beat him. He's like,
Yeah,
No
yeah.
matter what, I'm not the fuck I say you.
Anyway, so your boat.
Yeah.
So, do you still want me to show you the St. Johns River this weekend?
I know what that means.
well, you're going to have to dust off the old reliable.
Wait, are you coming on my? You want to go on my boat or
No,
take two boats?
I'll take my boat because you got to follow
is
me.
You
yours
sure you
gonna
want to do
run?
that? You sure want to do that next to
You
mine?
got a dusters off.
I just painted the lower unit because it was black and the hinges were gray. It's actually faded gray from the sun. So and now it's like my lower unit's dark gray and my whole top is faded gray. So I'm like, this kind of looks worse than before.
You painted it. What'd you paint it with?
Well, I got like
Krylon?
No. I got gray. Mercury.
You're out there.
engine paint. No,
You're
I
out
bought
there
the real
listening
shit.
to your podcast, spraying it.
No, I taped it. You would have.
Oh, I hope you use that. I hope you went and you got the crackle, the spray. You spray it on and it crackles. It gives it a faux rough to look.
Anyway, I'll take the boat out because I'll just call it. Like when I call, they just put my boat in the water. I don't know if you know that now. And
They
then I
did.
just show up and then
Well, they
I drive it away.
Yeah, I mine stored at Lake Fairview, so they just have to they pull it out for me, but they don't put it in for me. So I guess
Hey,
I was just gonna
that's
go
what
to
my
Lake
wife
Fairview.
does. She pulls it out. She won't put it
They
in.
don't put it in. They
Yeah.
just pull it out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that's
my wife.
good.
Yeah, step too far.
Is
She'll
that-
unzip the pants.
But
Right.
I've been to Silver Glen before with my old boat. So is that St. John's goes to that, right? Is that
Yeah,
your
but we don't
version?
go that far. I gotta start here underneath the I-4.
Are you
I
gonna
will
wrap?
get to Blue Springs.
Are you gonna wrap this boat?
I have
black?
a lot of ideas on my ideas on my little. My
Are you
photo
gonna
thing
turn
here
it
of
black
wraps,
though
of-
because it's white now?
No, it's not white. It's red. It's
And red,
big
white.
red, a white bootstrap, and then a black bottom.
Oh, I didn't see the bottom, but I
Yeah,
like the
black
red and
spot.
white.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, no
I'm
offense to your other boat, but too much black on that.
Really?
Hot as hell, man. I don't
It
want.
wasn't hot. The interior is white.
I don't
and
care.
red
Dude. I want everything
nice.
white because
Sea
to
deck
me it's
over-
like make everything white, less heat.
So, but you have it now. So
Yeah, I
It's
have it, yeah,
beautiful.
I have it,
dude.
yeah.
It's I love the speakers on the back on the deck.
And I'm getting more speakers. So I got the upgraded package already. Then I just bought
This is gotta
$3,000
drive you crazy.
more.
This guy's just dumping money into his boat, and you haven't even dusted yours off yet.
It's getting installed next week, so I gotta take it back next week and get the two big ass ones.
The
up
tower
top.
speakers.
The tower speakers.
What do you need that for?
Yeah.
Because I want to party on the boat.
Yeah, it was a party.
Yeah, but the regular like sound system it has.
It is
fine.
always loud as shit. We
You-
played it on the water just now, and I was like, "Holy fucking shit!"
You're like you need
But
the
I
one
want
that
more.
blasts the
What kind of
wakeboarders.
music do you play?
Yeah, well, so when we're
Who's gonna be
wakeboarding,
wakeboarding?
I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe that old
can't
man.
use
Maybe
me.
that old man.
Me like a wiggle ball.
I'm sorry, I can't stop doing it. It's so fun.
Anyway,
It's fun to talk like an old Asian man.
So,
But yeah, it drives night. That is night and day from the obviously it's a jet boat to a an inboard outboard, but it's drives so much better, nicer. Got up on plane like in like a second. Like
nice. I like them better in jet boats.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah. It's-
Well, I didn't know. I just never had
Well,
one. of those, so.
like a traditional boat is it's different. I mean, like jet boats get clowned. You would agree with that? They get clowned a little bit, right? Jet boats.
when Crystal was like, "Oh wow, did you see Seth's new boat? It was nice." And then I'm like, "You know how much he paid for?" I told her how much he paid for it.
He told me it blew my hair off.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
wasn't that?
That's why I'm wearing
I
a
told
hat.
you.
Well, I mean, it just seems like it's an insane
When you
amount
pay
for-
$80 for a hotel room and you have to take a shower in your student's
Yeah.
fucking shower,
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
can.
Well, that's
you know.
why you could afford the
Yeah,
boat,
I
though.
guess
Like,
so.
that is
exactly,
the way that
exactly.
like Warren Buffett and people do it, right?
you-
Like, don't they they eat every day? They eat like one piece of bread for their nourishment.
Yeah,
And-
Yeah, so just inconvenience the people that pay you to go to your karate school so that you can drive a big ass boat.
So my wife is going to a concert this weekend. She's going down south, and
Hey.
So
So
it's
it's
a
a
weekend with the boys.
Where's she going?
Yeah,
Kenny
yeah.
Chesney? What-
No, it's
wait.
My Chemical Romance.
Okay.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
I noticed she had a fresh eyebrow piercing. What's that all about?
Listen,
Somebody's
throws his
going.
hands up.
Somebody's
My
going
Chemical
through
Romance.
a phase.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
I don't even.
My
like,
God. I said hi to her this morning. She said, "Ugh," and then she put her Doc Martens on the desk. And I'm like, what the fuck?
listen,
This lady's got some
whenever
attitude.
you're
Who's
like-
she going with?
Her sister.
Oh, okay.
Originally, she tried to let's go.
Her
have
sister
a
wasn't
date night.
alive when My Chemical
I
Romance
know.
first started playing.
I know. Oh, yeah, but it was more like she knows she can't go with me to any of these things because I can't hide
You
my
love
misery.
My Chemical Romance. Oh, that sounds like My Chemical Romance. I can't hide my misery.
He's My Chemical Rain Man.
I can't pretend to even have a good time. Like
They'd love that. You're so emo. You
No,
feel
no.
it. Just stand there and look sad. They'd love that.
I'll just stand there smiling like that Netflix movie, or whatever. and then she's like, "You're having a horrible time."
No,
You're
it's like you and all the beach party photos. You're like,
I'm like, no, I'm having a good time. And she's like, I can tell, I can feel your energy. You're ruining my time. I'm like, what?
Okay, now he's on this kick because I said that the other day. I was
No,
like,
my
the
wife was
vibe. I
saying-
was like, your vibe is just you have an angry vibe, and you're like, oh no, you got an angry vibe. I got an angry vibe.
Because my
Whatever
wife
that
tells me
means.
that.
You
I'm
need
like,
a new
angry
vibe, bro.
I'm just sitting here. I'm not doing nothing. I'm just sitting here looking. I'm just like,
Fix your vibe.
I'm sitting here looking at My Chemical
Yeah,
Romance,
angry vibe.
and then you're like, you're
Angry.
ruining my time. I'm like, so
you're ruining my time with your vibe.
That's what I say. I'm like, I'm just watching my hands. I'm looking at my
Washing
phone.
my hands.
Anyway, so she's going with her sister.
Yeah.
leaving me.
Okay.
So I have free reign
Whoa.
to do whatever I
Oh,
want
get him
now.
out.
Wait, where are the kids at?
Well, I mean, either
Are
they
you-
have to go with me or I'll dump them
No,
off
No,
at
no,
my
no, no.
mom's.
Leave him with your mom, and then maybe.
Yeah.
How about if we got a SoCal Val returns?
Well,
If 2x
Wait,
what was
what?
it? 2x
if 2x
she will obviously never answer my text again.
What, SoCal? What, you know?
She's
from
for
the
sure
South?
changed her number, right?
Well,
I'm from the SoCal. I
Yeah,
got her
he
number.
knows her.
I'll
Well, I'm
text
not
her.
gonna fight her. Look,
Well, you
Oh,
need
yeah,
a
let's go
partner.
get him
You
some
need a boat
sandwich.
partner. You need a boat partner. You
No.
need a girl to ride
No,
around.
you-
I could ask Sammy.
No,
Sammy,
I could,
yeah.
without
Can't
the
do that.
mask.
No, I'm
Yeah, behind
You
the
think
mask.
that's? I'm not
Behind
going to
the
happen.
mask.
I'll have
What, she's
Daniel
like,
Where's
go-
my $200? You piece of
She's
shit.
going to a concert without you with her sister. You go boating without her with Sammy the Camel
I'm
Girl.
going to go with Daniel or someone because
Oh,
Oh,
you sounded
you'll go?
real excited. I'm like, go with Digging.
I
No,
know.
because I'll ram
I'm
into
no
the
Sammy.
I need someone to keep me from ramming into the docks.
Well, I can't
because-
stop
He's
that.
not gonna do that.
Yeah, I like that.
You can't stop before you hit the docks. I'm
We
on
almost died in
I
a
don't want to toot
Tesla
my own horn,
yesterday.
but I can literally by myself pull up to the dock, kick it in sideways, and just float just right next to it every single time.
can't.
It'd be
Well,
fun.
he can't.
No, we
Swear to God.
Well,
And
I
yeah,
almost
with a
killed this.
$100,000 boat, it's got
It doesn't drive
features.
itself. Well, it
No,
has cruise
I
and stuff like
almost
that.
killed
Yeah,
this
yeah.
yesterday with using full self-driving. I literally almost killed the show.
Yeah,
Like,
it's true.
true
You'll hear
story.
it tonight on ACT.
Yeah.
Cadillac Pat is in the chat. He wants to go with you, Tom.
Okay, yeah.
Well, there
I
you
need-
go.
I
You got that beefcake.
I
But
need-
I swear to God, if he
You're not getting no chicks if he's with you.
no.
Well, I know,
And then if he doesn't get any
I'm
chicks-
married. I'm not there to get
Oh.
chicks. I'm there to teach Seth how to navigate the
Wait a
St.
minute,
John's.
you're still a radio
It's a straight
guy.
line. I know how to navigate this.
No, you need to know where. I'm like, this is where you drink beer.
Oh, okay. Well,
This
yeah,
is,
that you know. That's cool.
This
yeah.
is the rope swing, and that's about it. And then the Blue Spring, slow.
Yeah, I know that.
Really, not much going on. Do you got a flag? You need a flag.
Yeah, do you have a
Once
flag?
Oh,
get-
do you have a flag?
Once
What
you
kind
get
of flag?
Yeah, you get.
It came with like the little pole American
Yeah,
flag in the
but
back.
what-
with those-
Yeah, that's what
no.
that'll do.
I mean,
That's
you
what-
could put an American
You gotta-
flag on there, or you could put the
Yeah.
right flag
or
on.
anything blue. It's
Yeah.
fine. It's just once we get past the power plant,
Yeah.
Trump country.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, you gotta tell me what the flags. I don't know anything about.
Well, you're
flags.
gonna have to you
Yeah,
get yourself
yeah,
some
I'll
Trump
tell you.
flags.
Anyway,
Oh
so
no, no,
all right.
I'm gonna do a dojo flag though for sure.
Oh yeah, Trump flags will hate the dojo flag.
So
It's the Japanese war flag.
let's get out of here. Sam, do
You don't
want
want to do the lighter bottle?
Oh yeah.
We
Okay.
can end with that.
So
Something
Seth,
practical.
We brought this
know how
up
I can't fucking.
about
I'm
how
bad at beer. I don't do.
Do you know how to open a beer bottle with a lighter?
No.
Do you
All
guys,
right.
our listeners? Do you,
Yeah,
okay,
this guy,
the
of
man
course
does.
he knows. I'm surprised.
Lady does
Okay,
not.
so only
stupid.
one other person
Yeah.
in this room besides
So
Tom
do
knows how to
the,
do
you're
this.
a man of science and a
And
man
Tom
of
claims
averages.
that everybody can do it.
So out of this room, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people, 4 people don't know how to do it.
Oh, you don't
2 people
either?
do.
No.
Could be wrong. Like
I've seen
Oh
it done
my
so many
God.
times. All my
That's
friends in high
twice
school.
today
Oh
on the
my
show.
God, I had a
Twice today.
small heart
Today
attack.
I'm righter than more wrong, and you're wrong. Okay.
I said I
believe
could
that.
be. I doubt
Holy
it. though.
shit.
I feel like more people
Definitely
know
could
to-
figure it out if I fuck with it, but why? I have a
So what do
goddamn
we do?
bottle.
What do
of
I
Okay,
do?
okay, so it's super easy. That's why I'm doubting that you've never
screwed up.
figured this out.
Dude, I'm telling you, I've
see.
never done
But
it.
so
I had Dustin. Remember that night I stayed out of the Air T&D and I was partying and drinking all night? That night at Dustin's, I was up at West End and I was in their top there where their new headquarters is. It's beautiful. You've been up there.
Yeah.
And there were some beers up there and he's like, here, you want a beer? He handed me one and I didn't know how to open it. And then I had to hand it to him to open with a lighter. And he made fun of me.
well, yeah, because I feel like he was like, you don't know how to open. You're like a middle-aged man.
Same conversation.
Like I was
Yeah,
saying,
delicious fest beer from Hollerbox
Yeah.
that they brought us the other day.
So it's as easy as this. All you have to do is
Hakafra.
you
Hakafra.
with your left hand, you grab the top of the neck.
Familiar.
Where the so you grab it tight
Grip
Yep.
it. Ninja
Grip
grip.
it and rip it.
and to where
You grab it tight, Papa D's nuts in your mouth.
like the
Show the Twitch. The Twitch wants to
sorry,
see.
where your
sorry, guys.
so basically
I'm sorry.
you feel the underneath of the bottle cap with your finger and your hand, or it's kind of like you have to hold
My
it tight
neck.
enough where it kind of feels uncomfortable that tight. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
All right.
Then you take the lighter, and then all you have to do is
So the
cr-
bottom
Oh,
of the
it's that,
lighter.
and I thought it was
Yeah.
the top end of the lighter.
Okay,
Yeah.
bottom of the lighter.
Maybe you have to make a little bit of room for your finger.
Okay, room for the finger.
Wedge it in there.
Wedge
right?
it in.
between your finger and
break
the
the lighter
and the
right
bottle
now.
cap. Right? You see this
Okay,
right
so
there.
it's sideways.
Wedge
so,
it.
so that the lighter basically
Wedge
is
it.
underneath
Don't
the cap.
hedge it.
And-
We need
and
the
then use
news,
it
not the weather.
like a fulcrum, and then just
There it
very
is. All
positive.
right.
that was impressive.
You
See
can
if
do
Dan
it with
can do it.
anything that is rigid.
Now, which side do I come in with
People
the
do
lighter?
it with their
Here?
teeth. Yeah, but
He did it on his
drop,
thumb-
drop
his
your
thumb
thumb.
side.
Yeah, you do it your thumb side, or you could do it with your finger. No.
Oh, I
A
hope
lot
Do
of
it the
people
other-
are
you making
talking
those
shit in the
faces,
chat,
Hmm?
saying they learned when they were a kid. My dad always drank
your
canned
finger
Bush
side.
Light, so there were no
I've seen
bottles
kids do it all the
and
time when I was younger. I just
Your
never
other
did it
hand.
myself.
Other hand, like this?
Yeah.
I always had people open my beer for
And
me.
open
What
it
is
here?
your left hand? Yeah.
Jesus.
I'm right-handed. I can't
Your
do
thumb's
that.
too
Oh, do it
low,
with your
Dan.
right
Your
hand.
thumb's too low.
I can't do that. I'm eating the lighter.
You know, you just
Do it
pop
with
it
the
in.
other hand.
You need to
okay.
There you
hold
go.
it here.
Yeah.
Good grip.
And then turn your finger so like do it with the stick it
You're a
underneath
bad
your index
teacher,
finger. Didn't your dad teach you this?
No, my dad drank out of cans.
I thought you broke the lighter.
It's like
How did you break the lighter?
I smelled gas.
Hold on, I've never seen someone break the lighter.
I can't do it.
Oh, you can do it.
try.
It says so
Giving up.
easy.
He's
Danny,
giving
let me
up.
try. I've never done it
can't
before in
do
my life. Let me try.
Give it to
All right, let's
It's
see
so
if Seth
easy.
can
No,
do
it's
it.
not.
You can try and then I'll go.
I can't do a lot of things. Though.
Oh wait, let him have your bottle.
yeah, here, have
You
my-
did kill this lighter.
I'm finding as I get older that there's so much stuff I can't do. Like a lot, like things that I should be able
I
to
understand
like
the concept of
walking.
the fall. Dude, come on, Daniel.
I can't do it.
Okay, that was super easy
Maybe
for
you
Seth.
loosened it up for me or something. Here you go.
I don't know.
I don't
the
think
lighter
that's
to
true.
Sam. We're ending. I mean, as the show goes on, I'm dying. I mean, this is
No, any
I'm
kid.
nervous.
I can't do
What
it.
I really want to learn how to do is that flick. Oh.
Now, yeah, you just
Wait, am I?
just stick it under your finger and then pop it up like that. There we go.
Oh.
I got it. Hold
Okay,
on.
do it again one more time.
I'm curling it up.
Oh, shit.
Shit.
Watch the laptop. Suck it. Put your mouth on it, Sam. Put it on your mouth, Sam. Put it on your mouth.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Suck the beer.
Oh, you spilled beer all over your
Into
laptop.
Well, I
laptop.
opened it.
No, into her laptop. Here, take her beer so she can clean her laptop. There you go.
It's
there
on her
you go, there
pants,
you
too.
go. Oh.
How did it not get on her
Yeah,
boobs?
you know what? You ought to be fucking ashamed
Great
of yourself.
teacher.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Yeah, you made me nervous when you get that close to me.
You turned to kiss her.
I thought you were seducing me. I was like, oh my god.
Oh my God! She opened this beer, got horny. He's gonna kiss me. I'm not that kind of man.
What did you think I was like? The wrestler, the pug that was getting so close to your face?
If
He
anybody
thought you were
goes,
gonna kiss him, and he turned to kiss you, and you walked away. Then he
Ew,
was,
he
then he was
turned?
No, I
hurt.
didn't. No, I
The show.
didn't.
We have to end the show
No,
now.
I
You turned to
didn't.
kiss a coworker.
No, I didn't.
I have to
I
call.
just
I have to
didn't.
call
No,
Mo
I
now. I
didn't.
have to
So
call Mo
inappropriate.
now.
No, I didn't do
And I have to
Wow,
call
over here.
Shades, but not
No,
the bear that's the hockey team Shades, your husband. I got to call your
No,
husband
no,
and tell
no.
him you tried to kiss your coworker.
No, I
Oh my
didn't.
God, this is embarrassing.
No, but if anybody leans in to kiss me, I'll kiss them.
Me too.
I don't.
Me too. I will too.
Anybody, male,
Yeah,
female,
Yeah, anybody. I'll
anybody.
kiss anything.
Yeah, like grannies, kids,
Yeah,
anybody.
everybody. Dead bodies. I'll kiss a goddamn dead body. I don't care.
I don't want to make you feel bad by denying.
Because I don't know how
trying
much
to
longer
kiss.
I have.
Yeah.
I think that about that all
I don't
the
even
time.
want to. I don't want to make you feel bad. So anyway.
Okay, I think it's time to get out of here.
So Seth, what's your dojo's name?
Dojo's name.
Oh.
The actual dojo name is Junguru Dojo, but we go by Karate of Orlando because it's a
What's
little
it say
easier
on
to
the sign? It says like Shitu, Shito.
Shito. It's pronounced Shito.
Shito. But I'm no, but there
You
are
don't
a
pronounce the
lot
R.
of like your dojo's
Shito.
name is like Jungdodo, like Jungdudu or something.
Junguru, which is jungle in Japanese.
Junguru.
phonetically.
I noticed the
Shito
window
Ryu.
art is very New York deli.
Yeah, there was a lot of.
Hey, we got your kicks, we got your fucking punches here.
I got a lot to say on the. I got a lot to say. There's different symbols that we use, and
Kick, punch.
But it's like it's drawn on there like a New York deli.
Really?
Yeah, well, that's what it seems like. Anyway,
I mean, it
Home
does-
of the $1 slice.
You're right. It doesn't match the other ones in that strip, but yeah. But anyway, karateoforlando.com or Instagram, Karate of Orlando, if you want to reach out and get a good discount for all your kids
it's
or
a
yourself.
beautiful
man.
dojo.
It is.
Great spot.
I was impressed. How professional it was.
Yes.
Well,
And
until we
Until
came
you
in.
walked with your shoes.
But
on
it
you.
is.
Until we came and made it unprofessional. Right.
I always say this. You guys know how I am on here, but it's not me. That's
Oh, he's
in the
dead
dojo.
serious there.
Yeah.
Trust me when I tell
Oh,
you.
he made us bow. I
Yeah.
walked in there with the shoes,
Yeah,
and then I had
he
to
got
pretend
mad.
like
Then we had to lie to him and say you didn't do that, but he knew we were lying. He's
Yeah.
mopping behind us everywhere we went. It's super clean. It's the cleanest room I've ever seen.
It smells good, right?
Yeah, it does.
Said it smelled like cherry blossoms.
It did.
I didn't
It
realize
did.
was cherry
It
blossoms.
very much smelled like cherry blossoms.
That's
It was
a
great.
good beer from Hollowbox. Anyway, Sam, where?
I might have to buy a new laptop. Mine's going crazy.
Oh no.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. So
How many
semantics-
times have I
Fucking
accidentally
ashamed of yourself.
broke something of Samantha's?
Oh, all the
No,
time.
I
All
broke
the time.
this myself.
You broke
No, no,
her
but-
computer. You broke her car. You broke her psyche with the guy that danced on her titties.
I was giving you horrible advice about how to do something. It shouldn't have been that complicated, and I feel like that's the reason why it's
It's
sprayed
real
beer.
sticky.
You know what
over
sucks
here.
is I still don't know how to do it.
I half-assed
You
know how to
loosened
do
it
it.
Mine, it popped off for me. I'm pretty sure you loosened that up a lot.
I don't know. I think I'll just stick to regular bottle openers.
I want to know how to do the flick thing that everybody does.
You don't know how to do that? I thought everybody, you know how to do that. No?
See, you
Everybody
think all this because you're
What, how to flick a bottle cap?
Oh,
Don't
fuck.
do it. You're going to break the goddamn TV.
Oh, my God.
What?
Who's fucking
You're going to
fast
break
as
the
hell?
TV.
No, you're going to break the TV with a
You
bottle
put it on the
cap.
thumb
That's
or
what
the
you
middle
said, and then
finger?
she broke her laptop.
That's true.
You go teach me. How to do
What do you got for
We're
semantics?
recording. You heard about this one on Sunday, and my topic is going to be on Princess Diana.
All right.
Timely.
Oh, man.
Is there a conspiracy theory around that?
Oh yeah, about how she died.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you could say maybe she was assassinated.
Dun dun dun.
Right?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Just paparazzi. It was crazy.
what are we forgetting? I feel like
We're
are
definitely forgetting something. Oh, Casamigos is having an event at Johnny's Other Side
Yeah.
on Monday.
I will be there because that is going to be probably the last time that me and my wife go out without our daughter and party without a puppy in my house because I get my puppy a week from today. So I'm taking Andrea to Casamigos. Is her favorite tequila. So we're going to have a date night out at Johnny's Other Side for a little tequila tasting. And if you can still get in and drop by.
Yeah, there's limited seats, so go to joscasamigos.eventbrite.com and see if there's any tickets left. It's free.
Yeah,
so why
it's
not
free.
go?
So sign up and come hang with us. I'd love to see you, and we'll eat and drink some fun.
Moe's Comedy Jam, moescomedyjam.com for tickets.
That's
those
what I was
tickets are
forgetting.
running out,
That's
so make
what I
sure you
was
get
forgetting.
those. And then the next day,
You
which
coming
would
out
be
to that?
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
next
but I'll go.
Thursday.
You should.
Next Thursday is probably.
It's a comedy
Tuffy's
jam
Music
at
Box.
Tuffy's Music Box in Sanford.
What time does it start?
It's for charity. We should snag you a ticket.
I don't know.
I think
Oh,
seven-ish.
yeah, I get that.
It's on the website.
Yeah.
You know. I mean, you can find any information nowadays, right?
Yeah.
Do you have to even have to tell people where to go? It's just
Did
like,
anybody
oh,
buy
it's hard for
the?
me now.
type it in?
Did anybody buy those?
6 p.m. Doors
Excuse
at
me.
6.
Those big
Oh,
dog
shit.
tickets. Did anybody buy the big dog
I'm
tickets
sure
yet?
somebody did.
We should have, because I'm sure Mo looks at that and then says, like, cheap motherfuckers.
What did we buy? We got the standard.
Well, we got the $100.
$20. Oh,
No, we got the 100. Because,
okay, good. If it were up to me, I always cheap out, which is
No,
funny
but they
because I
see it.
rail
I don't
on my
want-
wife being cheap, but I would cheap out.
Again, that makes me lean towards caring what people think, because I'm like, he sees this. I don't want to buy the cheapest ones, because then he's going to be like, oh, yeah, I see.
But if we buy the most expensive ones, it's almost like we're pandering, right?
No, then he's like, oh, these guys are successful.
Yeah, but we can't afford the most expensive.
No,
ones.
I know. It doesn't matter what you can and
Reality-
can't
okay.
afford. It's
Fake
what,
it till you make it.
it's
Yeah,
what
yeah.
people think about you.
Ah!
That's what
So
matters.
the-
In
so-
business.
It's an image. It's an image.
So
thing.
he
In
will,
business and
so
in life.
Let me guess, and we do need to get out of here, but
Huh?
I'm gonna guess that you will not put your boat next to the new boat.
He just said he'll go in with me.
I bet he won't, because people
My
will
boat's
see.
good. It's like,
It is a great boat. It's a great boat, but it's
good.
not a new boat. It's
Isn't
not
it
a
an
new
up-
boat.
They rank boats in like high quality to low. You're like in middle tier. Hurricane's middle tier.
It's a fine used deck boat. I got a 250. What size engine do you have?
Volvo Penta 350.
Well, the inboard, outboard, and the outboards are just a whole different scale. I think the 250.
boat race.
I'm just saying.
Great American
I'll go
boat race.
55.
Can you go 55?
Honestly, I don't know what the top speed is.
All right.
Boat
We'll
race.
race on Saturday.
You can go 55 in your boat.
With nobody on it and no buoys.
I will stand on one of those signs where the eagles make their net. I'll
Yeah,
stand on
he
one of
doesn't-
those. I'll stand on there in a dress, and I'll drop a white kerchief. And when it hits the water, you guys take off, and whoever wins my affection.
The problem is that when you're going full speed as fast as you can, and then you start going into other boats' wake, like if you're racing back and forth. Could you imagine
You
getting
do
launched?
the takedown for what?
Oh yeah, and then not only that, but just
Or turn down for what? Why did I say take down
Yeah,
for
take down
what?
for what?
Oh my
'Cause they'll
god!
take you down.
but you getting launched into the woods at the St. John
it's bad.
full speed.
You keep going.
through
And
your
you do
windshield.
that move where your boat stops, but your throttle's full bore.
Or then, where it goes. Anyway,
That was the
all
best.
right.
All right.
We'll see you on the BDM show.